my goodness. I'm crazy. I am crazy. I gotta tell you. If you didn't already know that, you will know shortly. Hello, hello. We'll give the YouTubes a second to catch up with us here. Mm-mm-mm. We will also give Layle a chance to have a sip of water. I I think I've had like 90 ounces of water so far today. I'm very proud of myself. I decided this week I'm really going to start working on the water again. Anyhow, hello. Let's see. Where are we? There we go. Hello, friends. Hi. Happy. I think it's Tuesday night. I think it is Tuesday night. Look what's happening again. The voice is going again, too. And this is like the first of 3 nights in a row. Uh, we were at a wedding this weekend out of town and had an amazing time. And I don't know, I guess if I did a lot of talking or if I did a lot of, well, I know I did a lot of dancing. I'm sure I did a lot of singing along with the dancing. And so the voice is going. Anyhow, welcome. Nice to see you, friends. Happy Tuesday. If we haven't met before, my name is Layle Konkar. I have a business called Layle by Mail. When I'm not traveling, which is a lot lately, we are normally here on a Saturday doing what I like to call creative listing. So before I get any further, I need to make sure that if you're here, you know this tonight, Tuesday's listing session is taking the place of this coming Saturday's listing session, which is, I don't know, the 29th, I think. Is that right? Anyhow, we are not listing this Saturday. I will be out of town. So we will not be listing this Saturday. And I decided, well, let's do it Tuesday. And then when I decided I'd do it Tuesday, we're like, oh, and then we also have the free class tomorrow night for the September Traveler's Notebook setup using the Summer Fall Season Pass. And then on Thursday night, we have the launch, release, unboxing of the this year's our Christmas collection for this year, which is called Holidays. So we'll be here on my YouTube channel again on Thursday night, going through all of the holidays product, showing you some. Just so excited to share holidays, I can't even tell you. And then you will also get a sneak peek at my this year 2026 December documented mini book project kit, which is my by far most popular project kit that I do every year. It's a big one, and so it also is a big one to design. I will be locking myself in a closet next week to get it all finished. But anyhow, and that's all at the same time, designing 1, 2, 3 different classes for different events I'm teaching at, and then also that December documented. So I don't know, I just thought, you know what, why don't we throw in a listing tonight? Because, why not? Because just that's what I do. So just know things are a little crazy. All right, now that we got that out of the way. But when I'm not traveling, we're normally out here on Saturdays doing what I like to call creative listing. And that is why we're here tonight. When we get together to do our creative listing, I publish 3 topics or prompts on the blog, usually a couple days before. And we sit down and we take those prompts and we make lists. We are making lists, but at the same time I'm playing with different stamps and die cuts and pattern paper and all different kinds of things along the way. But what we are doing, if you do creative listing with me, is we are telling our story. Most often it's our story, but in a very, very, very different way than we probably told our story before. So for example, one of our lists tonight is things I hope never go out of style. So you probably haven't maybe even thought about that before, let alone written that down and told your story, because what I have on my list may be different, very different from what you have on your list. So that is what we're doing here this evening. Hello, welcome, nice to have you. It may be a little nutty like always, but I'm just happy to be here and happy to have you guys join me. So let's take a quick little segue, and I will divert my eyes over to the chat. We'll see who's here live. If you're watching live, there's a live chat that takes place, so I'd love it if you pop into that chat and say hello. We may be a little light tonight in that I just decided yesterday that we were going to list tonight. So if you're watching live, pop in the chat, say hello. Would love to know that you're here. If you want to tell us your name, where you live, not your address, don't worry. Maybe what the weather's like, anything else you'd like to share, because inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds, me, and then others here as well. If you're not watching live, welcome to you. Nice to have you here as well. You are watching the replay. And if I didn't tell you were watching the replay, you'd probably have no clue that you were watching the replay, right? So if you're watching after the fact, welcome to you. Nice to have you here as well. If you want to pop in the comments on the video and let us know that you watched the replay, I'd love to know that as well. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching replay, I would either way love a thumbs up. So if you're still here, thumbs up. The printer over there decided time to turn on and, I don't know, breathe. I don't know what it's doing. Anyhow, so let me, that's just weird. No one is here. No one's here with me. So whoever's telling it to print, I don't know. Anyhow, let me take a look at the chat. We'll see who's here and then we'll get going. Hello, Dandy Creates. Nice to see you. Dandy said hello and happy birthday. Hope you had a great day. I did. Thank you so much. I will show you 2 stacks of things. This is the stack of wonderful birthday cards that, I don't know, there's 6 or 7 or 8 or something there, that you guys surprised me with. Amy, my right hand, if you don't know Amy, Amy is here in the chat. I also saw Amy. Thank you for joining us, Amy. Amy will help to answer any questions that I missed in the chat, but Amy, behind my back, organized this Happy Mail, and I knew that she was doing that because I saw her mention on a live a couple of weeks ago, hey, I like Happy Mail. If anyone likes Happy Mail, message me, or I don't know what she said. Well, unbeknownst to me, she was doing a birthday card drive, and so when we were listing the Saturday before my birthday, Nick brought down a stack of cards. He was in on it, I guess. I don't know, Lily or someone from the warehouse or Amy clued him in. So we read birthday cards on air. And then also in the middle of listing, the Squirtle Squad also sent me birthday flowers. So that was so sweet. Now, I will also to tell you, this stack of people has heard from me. I let you know I received your card and I thanked you profusely. This stack of people has not heard from me because these all came in after I was at the warehouse last, which was, I think, last Thursday. I don't know, anyhow, whatever it was. So another big stack of cards. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you sent me oh my goodness, look at this one. Look how great that one is. That one is from Carolyn. Of course, it's from Carolyn. Look at that. I know that's an Eric Small Things stamp on the back. Look how cute that stamp is. With the little, I can make sure I don't show her address, with a little squirrel on it. Isn't that cute? Anyhow, so I still have to open these. I was at the warehouse for 6 hours today, so I have not had a chance to open these yet, but I will open these this evening, and then in the next week or so, just watch for an email from me if you sent me a card, so I can thank you. And that was such a fun surprise. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, hello, Amy. Nice to see you. Deanna is looking forward to tonight's listing. Hello, Kathy Rodriguez from hot Southern California. Hello, second to the right, Susan. Nice to see you. She hopes everyone is beating the awful heat wave. We're finally cooling down a little bit here in Utah. Maybe today it was 85. The warehouse is not air conditioned. I guess in Utah, I don't know if it's other places too, they don't really air condition warehouses. And so we didn't realize that maybe would be an issue until this summer when it started getting very warm. And then at the same time, of course, Murphy's Law, we also had record-breaking days and days and days of over 100. So poor Lily and Denise are ready to strangle me. What we've done everything that we can. We've done so many fans and air conditions that stick out the window and anyhow, but yes, we're finally cooling down, so thank goodness. I hope wherever you are, you're starting to cool down as well. Joanne said love nighttime listings. I know we don't do nighttime listings very often, but they just kind of feel fun and a little goofy. Hello, Paula and Shane, nice to see you. Ms. L, hello from SoCal. Been having rolling blackouts all day due to the heat. Not fun, hard to work and stay cool. Oh goodness. They say patience is a virtue, which I don't have, so I should not even be preaching that. But I hope that rolls through sooner than later. Ms. L. Hello, Mimi, from the beautiful central coast of California. Jill McCall from Galena, Ohio, near Columbus. Dandy Crates, hello. Janine Douglas, hello. Lori Land from St. Louis. Hello, Virginia from Decatur, another hot one. Hope you are doing well as well. Charlene from Plattsmouth, Nebraska. Jolene. Okay, friends, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. If you did not see this today, I was meeting with a person that helps with social media. And as we were meeting, she got a notification on her phone. Dolly Parton passed away today. And I just bring that up because of Jolene. Jolene is Jolene, is one of you, right? And every time I in the past would see her name Jolene, and I'd always say, "Oh, like the song Jolene, Dolly Parton's Jolene." And I think Jolene, I think you changed your YouTube name that we can see to Jolene, Jolene Dolly's BFF. Yes, because Dolly Parton sang a song called Jolene. So very sad, very, very sad to hear that and read that. Oh, hello, I just saw that. Virginia, that you shared that too. Yes. So sad, I know. So, so sad. Hello, Wendy. She did some amazing things. But besides being a, incredibly talented musician, but she did a lot for, what am I trying to say? She did a lot of good things for other people. The word is escaping me. I know she did a lot with children's books for children, donated like millions in dollars, and anyhow. Philanthropic, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I'm not sure. Charitable, philanthropic, anyhow. Very sad to see that happen. Laura said she is excited to see the launch of the Christmas release. And here's the deal. I always hate this. I always joke that I feel like I'm Al Roker on the Today Show. So when you talk about something really sad like that, and sometimes we talk about sad things here. Someone will share something very difficult that they're going through in the chat, and I read that and empathize with that person, and then you guys empathize in the chat, and then we need to move on, right? So I always feel like Al Roker. You follow like Savannah Guthrie after a horrible news story about an earthquake killing thousands of people, and then here's poor Al Roker to come on and say, so it's 90 and sunny in Southern California. So feeling a little bit like Al Roker right now as we transition from Dolly. But yes, very excited to share our new Christmas release on Thursday, live here on my YouTube channel at 6 p.m. Pacific time. It goes live at laylebymail.com, on laylebymail.com at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday, what's today? Thursday the 27th. Yes. Hello, honey. Nick is not in the other room. Nick is out of town. That's nice of you to pop on, honey. So good to see you. Am I having trouble with the new camera equipment? So, Mimi, we actually are not on the new camera equipment yet. Last Saturday after we listed, I mentioned that we were going to spend some hours getting everything set up. Well, I months ago bought a new computer because I need a computer to run everything as opposed to my iPad. And it took hours and hours and hours for everything I needed to get loaded on the new computer. So nothing new, no new camera equipment yet. So then I have to ask, are you seeing something odd happening? I'm watching too on my iPad. I'm not seeing anything odd happening. So let me know if you guys are seeing something odd happening. Let me know maybe what you're seeing. Let me know what's going on. Mimi, if it appears to be just you, maybe pause for 30 seconds and let things buffer and then continue. And if you are seeing something, let me know what you're seeing. Let's see. Hello, Kate Bo, nice to see you. Val, waving hi from a small town in Toledo. I love it. Dana Lou, hello. Valerie Arts, hello. Dana Lou is here in Utah. Yeah, it's still too hot. I agree, but it's better than it has been. Hello, Marion by the Sea and Anacortes. I know that it's probably not as hot where you are. Marion lives in a beautiful seaside town in northern Washington State. Beautiful, beautiful, because I was there. Hi, Joy. Hello, Oldfield Life 6700 from North Carolina. Hi, Maureen. It's nice to see you, friend from Canada. Hello, Glow. Thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. Bakaj is here from Long Island. Yes, she's also looking forward to the the holidays reveal coming up on Thursday. Very excited to share that. Oh, Mimi, nope, not too late. No such thing as a late birthday card. Thank you. Let's see. Wanda's going to Herman's Hermits. That sounds like fun. Hello, Cindy Moss from Finger, Tennessee. Callie, Lindsay. Hello, my friend Lindsay. I love it when you tell me because I would never remember that. I miss you, friend. I'll see you soon, right? October? No, maybe October or November. Hello, Val's outside voice. I love that, Val. That's fun. Jessica, hello. Roxanne, hello. Yes, Eric Small thinks that's such fun stuff. I might say I collected some of it while I was in Japan, a good amount. Hello from Texas, Ms. Is what it is. Good evening, Gigi, Virginia. I'm just going through. Planning with Manda, hello. And when I say I'm just going through, I'm trying not to skip people. What if I've already said hello? And I don't want to, say hello again. Zen Girls, nice to see you. Dawn Garrison from Southeast Michigan, back from a family camping trip. Diane McNabb, hello, hello from Missouri. Carrie from Oregon, hello. Bonnie Phillips, hello, hello. Books for kids, yes. Philanthropy, thank you. Yep, it's all coming now, right? I know. You were at Dollywood on Saturday, I bought, but that was really neat, Deanna. Let's see, Kimberly. Do you offer closed caption on your videos for those of us that are hearing impaired? Kimberly, I absolutely do. Yes, yes. It's something that YouTube, from what I'm aware of, automatically does after the fact. So if someone, Amy, would you do me a favor and type that into the chat? I know I always see it on the videos, but because I'm not watching live, well, I'm watching live, but I'm watching live in a little bit of a different way, so I don't know. I don't think it appears while I'm live. I think it's with the afterplay. Humanitarian, there we go, Jill. That's another word I was looking for. Sometimes at night the words don't come. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Cindy said Tennessee is in mourning. Yes. All three of her children received books from Dolly's Imagination Library. Love her. All right. No, nothing odd. Okay, good. Good. And I hate to say, Mimi, I'm glad it was just you, but in that situation, I'm glad it was just you. Glad it's you, not us. Or me. Let's see. Hello, Debbie Flanagan. Hi, Mary C. Plants. Nice to see you. Hello, Denise. Are you going to get a sneak peek of Season Pass? Oh my gosh, sneak peek of Season Pass. It's around here somewhere. You mean the fall holiday Season Pass? It is around here somewhere. We just shot a bunch of it today for some social media things, but I don't know that it's exactly in here. We'll see. We'll see as we get closer to the end. And if not, for those of you that are joining me tomorrow for the September Traveler's Notebook setup, using the Summer Fall Season Pass, I will make sure to have a sneak peek to share tomorrow night. That one goes live on September 5th. All right, friends, did I plug in? Oh, thank you, Jolene. I'll plug in as soon as I rotate. Okay, it sounds like closed caption feature, not when it's live, but when it is the replay. It is there for the replay. All right. Yes, Joanne said sometimes after 50 the words don't come. Joanne, are you saying I'm 50? Are you saying I'm 50, Joanne? 50 plus some years for sure. Yes, for sure. Okay. And Carol K, hello from Central Canada. All right, my friends, I think I've got everybody. If I missed you, apologies. Just know it's not you, it's me. But let's go ahead and get started. So just dates again very quickly. Tomorrow night is Wednesday the 26th. Wednesday the 25th of August, we are doing the September Traveler's Notebook setup using the Summer Fall Season Pass. It is a free class, so even if you didn't purchase the Season Pass, you can come join us and hang out and learn some techniques and see some fun things. Then Thursday the 27th, we have here again, Holidays, unboxing, reveal, launch, huge collection, big collection, Christmas collection, and sneak peek at my 2026 December documented mini book project kit. This will be the 19th year I'm doing that project and the 13th year that I've offered a project kit. So it is a well-loved project kit in my world, or well-loved project. September 5th is the launch of the fall holiday season pass. And then September 15th is the launch of our regular monthly stamp and die release. And then there's another new collection then also being released called Everyday Gratitude. So I know a lot's coming. Just know there's never any pressure for you to buy. This is not an infomercial, never any pressure for you to buy. And we do try to, when we order products, make sure that we have enough for a bit. So I never want anybody to panic buy. All right, I think 70 is the new 50. I love it, Debbie. That makes me less than 50 for sure. If 70 is the new 50, you're only as old as you feel. Yes, 58. I turned 58 last week, which I don't know. Mentally, that was one for some reason. 57, no big deal. Years really never matter, but 58 was kind of a big one for me. mentally. Anyhow, all right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and rotate the camera. I will plug in after I rotate, and then we will look at what we did. Whoopsie. We will look at what we did when we were together last, and we'll get going. I need to pull this a little bit closer to me. Oh, that's funny. Joanne said, "Well, crap, I feel 100." Remember, whoever said it, we're only as old as we feel. Now, I did all kinds of filming in here earlier this week, so I just had to move that a little bit. It was a little bit skiwampus. All righty, let's take another sip of water. Okay, we're all gonna hydrate today, so hydration is important. Remember. Okay. All right. I don't know. It looks a little dark in here for some reason. It's looking a little dark. Let me just. Oh yeah, those lights weren't turned off all the way, so that'll help us a little bit. One wasn't. Okay. Okay. Now we're ready. All right. So the last time we were together, we worked on 3 lists. One of the lists that we worked on was a single page list. And I am going much further back in my Traveler's Notebook insert because on this spread, I had skipped this because I needed a 2-page spread and I was doing my little cutting with an X-Acto knife, my border there. So we came back and filled in a spot. For the most part, my lists are in chronological order, not meaning that not meaning they're in chronological order that I do what I wanted to be when I grew up, you know, a long time ago, and I'm doing current things now. What I mean by chronological order is that usually you have June, and then you have July, and then you have July and July. This one, August. In fact, I did not date this, so I should probably, oh yeah, I did. August 2026. So it's a little bit out of order, but that's okay. Oh, anyhow, the topic of this list was $10 well spent. So in your world, what is something that costs $10? That's money well spent. And this could have been $5 well spent, or $1 well spent, or $100 well spent, or $8.75 well spent, or maybe $10 and less, something like that. So we had a lot of fun kind of chatting in the chat about what would be on your list with $10 well spent. Mary C. Plans asked, she emailed me last week and asked me to do something. And it only took me about 10 minutes to do. So it was something that I could do, but I thought I would mention it. On the blog at laylebymail.com, that is where I always post all of our listing sessions, and always post within each of those listing sessions, you see the blog or the listing topics. Those are just out there. There's probably 90 some odd pages worth of blog posts, and I think there are like 10, at least 10 blog posts per page. So there's a lot. I was able to go back to all of our creative listing sessions and add a tag to them. So now when you go to the blog, there's always been a little drop down where you can sort blog posts or filter blog posts by a particular topic. There is now an option to filter blog posts by our creative listing sessions. So if you were trying to go back and you want to look at one of our creating listing sessions that we did in April, it's a lot easier to find now. All right, so thank you for that suggestion, Mary C. Plants. And Amy just added a link. I'm not sure if she added a link to the blog posts or if she added a link to all the creative listing sessions. Yes, anyhow, so you could go back and look for that if you needed or wanted. All right, next up after that, we did this one. We did This Is Me. Now, this was done, I think, a couple days before my birthday. So technically I was still 57. I usually do this list once a year. I think we've done this list for the last 4 or 5 years. And this is a great list to just every year kind of do a quick, rundown of the things that make you you. Sometimes the things on your list may be the same from year to year. Sometimes the things on your list may be different. So for example, The very first one on my list this year is mother-in-law. I am now a mother-in-law. The prior 3 or 4 years that I have made this list, I have not been a mother-in-law. So it's just kind of a fun way to document who you are every year. Carrie said, still loving that hat. Mimi, that hat. Yes, so that is, I bought myself a real cowboy hat, a real cowgirl hat. It is a Stetson hat. And I've worn it, oh my gosh, already twice this summer. We went to two country western. We went to Post Malone and Jelly Roll as one concert, and then we went to Luke Bryan. No, not Luke Bryan. Not Luke Bryan. What's the guy's name? What is the guy's name? It's not here yet. It'll be in my about last month for August. You guys help me. Not Luke Bryan, like the 30-year-old blonde guy. Anyhow, so I've worn it twice so far. I will get lots of use out of that cowboy hat. So, yeah. And we used to collect Zach Bryan. Thank you, Mimi. Oh, there we go. Zach, Laura, Tabitha. Hello, Tabitha. Yes, Zach Bryan. Zach Bryan and Luke Bryan. Really the only thing they have in common, I think, is that they sing country music. One is older, one is taller. Nope, not Luke Combs, right? I have seen Luke Combs too, though. It's the Bryan that always gets me mixed up. Luke Bryan and Zach Bryan. Anyhow, Zach Bryan, amazing concert, fabulous concert. All right, so our third list that we did, I still have some work to do on. This is a currently list. A currently list is a list that we usually do, I don't know, maybe a couple times a year. And we do a currently list in a couple of different ways. When you think of a This Is Me list, this is very much a currently list because this is who you are kind of right now. But it is just a whole bunch of different things. I just, whatever I put down, I put down. Proud mom to two amazing men, married to my biggest supporter. I'm a vintage 68 model, either on a trip or planning the next one. So just, some different things that kind of define who I am. Then we can drill down a little bit into more of a currently type list where we are taking different prompts. So what I'm currently watching, eating, buying, drinking, listening. Oh yeah, listening. Zach Bryan, I would have found it here. Discovering, celebrating, creating, dreading the end of summer. So I still have some more work to do on this one. And I will just continue going with the currently and currently to prompts, the stamps from the currently and currently to stamp sets, and then continuing to build this out. This one, we used the new, the table's going to shake for a minute while I open the drawer. We used the new postage stamp punch on that list. So I just pulled a bunch of different papers from the summer fall season pass and punched them out and then added some die cuts from the summer fall season pass. And it was just kind of a great way to use up some of your scraps. Now, I know some of you collect a lot of scraps. You save your scraps. Well, here's a great idea to do with some of your scraps. Either use a punch like that, the postage stamp punch, one of our new tools that we released this month, or even just get on a paper trimmer. You don't have to buy all the things. I know sometimes we want to buy all the things, but sometimes we don't have it in the budget for all the things. So if you have a punch like that, or you bought that punch, or you want to buy that punch, you can do that. Otherwise, get out your little paper trimmer and just trim out some either little rectangles or little squares, and then just kind of decorate a really super plain page. So those are the three lists that we did when we were together last. Now I'm going to do something for our list today that we haven't done in a really long time. When we first started listing in 2020, and we've been listing for over 6 years. Over 6 years. I've probably made, if you've been with me, and I think Mimi is probably the closest one from what I've heard. Mimi has pretty much done every single list that we've done, right, Mimi? So it's been more than 600. I think we're more than 600 of our creative lists. But back in 2020 and in 2021, when we were doing our creative listing, I was doing a lot of single page lists. Just one. I know, Mimi gets the star. Just one, just single page lists. And that's just, I don't know why. It's just kind of what I was doing back then. I definitely do more double page lists this time. Hello, Pam. Nice to see you. Belinda, yes, going to be a big seller for junk journaling. I know. And that is actually the first in a whole line of junk journaling products that you will see. That you will see. I don't know. Should I share something? I think it's here. I think it's here. I think they're here. Oh, they are. Let's see. I will just show you one. I will show you one because you guys, I have such a hard time keeping a secret. We do not have a release date yet for the next 5 things that we're releasing related to junk journaling. Because we're not sure yet when they're going to arrive. We're hoping October, all right? But it is a sticker book. It is a sticker book. We have a new line of products coming called Out of Print. Out of Print. Here it comes. Okay, can't get it yet, so don't ask me where the link is because it's not there yet. Out of Print. So you guys, that is a 6x10 sticker book. 6x10. Out of Print. Do you know why it's called Out of Print? Because it looks like all of those stickers were cut out of print, out of magazines, out of brochures. If you know me, you know with all of my travel journaling I do, because we've seen it a lot. Let's see if this is, oh yeah, here's one I did when we were just on our trip last. All of these things I always cut from magazines. And sometimes you don't have a magazine, sometimes you don't have a brochure. Sometimes it's much easier. Gosh, if you had a little sticker book, right? So that whole sticker book, there are, let's see, 12 sheets, 540 stickers. This one is called the Travel Edition. There is another edition. It's kind of an everyday edition. And then, oh, wait till you see the other 3 junk journal sticker books. Well, guess what? They're a sticker book and paper pad all mixed in one. So Out of Print. You just got to see the sneak peek of one of the 5 that's coming. All right. Okay, and well, here, I mean, you can kind of see what it looked like. Let me just cut these little side things. I know, and it seems weird. You guys are like, Layle, what's your problem? You have holidays that's coming in 2 days. You have the fall holiday season pass that's coming on September 5th. You have the September release with Everyday Gratitude and more stamps and dies. Why are you showing us this now? You know why I'm showing you this now? You can blame it all, or we can thank. We can either blame it all or thank whoever it was that said, oh yes, Belinda said, oh yeah, that punch is going to be a big seller for junk journaling. And I went, oh, junk journaling? Well, anyhow, look. And you guys, Becky did such a phenomenal job on these. Like, you would never know that these really weren't cut from a magazine. Some of them were even a little skiwampus, like you'd cut something a little skiwampus. 2 sheets each, but they are amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait. All right. Okay. Guess what? I just missed all that. I missed all the things that you were saying. Yes, we've been incredibly busy. I can't even tell you. We've been so incredibly busy. Junk journaling is very near and dear to my heart. That's what I do most of my travel documenting, my personal travel documenting. I do kind of junk journal style. So I'm really excited to kind of bring Layle by Mail products into that. Okay, anyhow, I totally digress. So what we were talking about before I so rudely interrupted us, I'm really excited about that size too, the 6x10. What I was talking about before I so rudely interrupted us, that all 3 of tonight's lists are single page lists. And that's how I am going to do it, okay? I am going to do single page lists. Doesn't mean that you have to do single page lists if you are following along and doing the same list that we're doing. But the lists I'm doing are single page. So the one that we're going to start out with first is current books. So we talked about how This Is Me list is very much a current, but it's just kind of current all over the board. A currently list drills down a little bit more because it's drilling down into specific topics: watching, eating, buying, drinking, listening, discovering, celebrating, creating, reading, and so forth. But this next one for tonight is current books. So drilling down even further than we have been. So for this list, I am going to be using the favorite current stamp set. The favorite current stamp set is a kind of a combination between some of our favorite lists that we do and our current lists that we do. So you have a prompt that says favorite, a prompt that says current. You have this fun little grid here, and your favorite or current goes up above, and then below goes whatever you're listing about: recipes, places, movies, foods, books, music, and then you have some icons that go to the left of this little grid. All right, so that's my first list. Are you listing with me? Now, Tabitha, this is like the perfect one. This is the perfect list for Tabitha because I just know Tabitha. Tabitha is a big reader, right? Tabitha's a big reader. So what are you guys reading? And for me, my current books, these are books that I have read and books that I will be reading next. All right, have read and reading next. Okay, so for background paper, I am opening up the Tim Holtz palette collection. So palette collection, I think I have 6 of these, 6 different colors, and this one is pink, so that means all of the papers in here are pink. So for the base of my list, I'm going to use, I think I am going to use this one. You may have, if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen the start of this list already. There was a little reel on Instagram yesterday, I think, for the stamping stylus. And I started this list yesterday, but I am, you don't know that I've started it already because we are starting clean. All right, so I will be using a piece of pattern paper as my base, and I'm going to trim that 8x8 sheet to 4 3/4. So it is 4 3/4 wide by 8 inches tall. The reason I trim to 4 3/4 by 8 is because our Traveler's Notebook inserts are standard wide. Standard wide is 5 inches wide by 8 1/4 inches tall. So if I trim to 4 3/4 by 8, that gives me a nice little border all the way around the edge. All right, so I am going to take this. This is going to be my list on the left page, and I'm going to work on this off of the page. All right, so we'll get this done, and then we'll come back in and adhere it to my insert. Just because we're starting to get a little bit later in our insert, it's going to make it a little bit easier to work off the page on this guy. All right, so this is a left-facing page. I want to round my upper and lower left-hand corners. The corners of our inserts are rounded, so I like to round the corners so they have kind of a similar shape to them. For the base of, well, that's the base of my list. For the list, I am going to be sounding like Peter Brady. Sounding like Peter Brady when his voice changes. All right, from the Brady Bunch. Hi, Terry. We've been live since 6 Mountain Time. All right, Calamity Club. Yes, Calamity Club is also on my list, but well, it didn't make this list. I have 3 books, I think, on my TBR list right now. So I need to get through those, and then Calamity Club is up next. All right. So for my list, I am using our graph paper, our grid paper. Really subtle. You can see it's a really subtle kind of blue. Looks like a little graph or grid, just to give a little bit more of an interest to that background. There's 2 other sticker books over to the side that I didn't even show you that are not anything I talked about. They're not even anything I talked about. When do I have time? When do I have the time to read? So honestly, Virginia, when I have the time to read is usually about 3:30 in the morning when I wake up. And I don't mean to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, but I wake up at 3:30 in the morning and I can't go back to sleep. So I will read until it makes me fall back asleep. When we're in Harvey, I do a really good job at reading. Or when I'm on an airplane, I also do really well at reading, but not much beyond that. But I am an incredibly fast reader, really, really fast reader. All right, so I just kind of marked. That looks like it's going to be about 3 3/4 wide by 3 3/4 wide by about a little bit more than 7. I want that to be a little bit smaller, right? So we can see some of that pink around the outside. And I don't really much care about that pattern. It's a pretty pattern, but we're going to lose most of it by doing that. So now, I say this. I say that tonight shouldn't take us too long since we're doing 3 single-page lists. But those are also my famous last words, aren't they? I'm like, oh, this won't take long at all. Next thing you know, it's 8 in the morning. Calamity Club. Whistler was really good. See, now I need to like, how do I get all this black stuff on my fingernails? Good thing I'm going to have my gel changed tomorrow. That doesn't look very nice. I lost a toenail at the wedding. That might sound like a little interesting topic of conversation. I lost my toenail. Now it was not a temporary toenail. It was my real toenail. But I had when Jack got married, our older son, on March 1st, I had some beautiful dark navy blue velvet shoes that had a really pointy toe. And I don't know, I was walking around in them probably for 10 hours and doing some dancing. And so the toe next to the pinky on my right foot has just been the lady that does my nails and toes. She's like, oh, you're going to lose that. You're going to lose that. And we really babied it. And last time I saw her, she's like, oh, it's good. The new toenail is coming underneath that one. So dancing at the wedding this past weekend, and someone stepped on my foot hard, and I just knew. I knew the instant it happened. I'm like, whoop, there went the toenail, and it came off. But the good thing is, the new one is underneath it. So we'll see what my nail lady says tomorrow. I'm missing all these books. We need to start like a thread in the Layle by Mel Facebook group so we can all add the books that we're reading. Whistler. I need to write that down. I'm going to write that down. Okay. Whistler. We'll squirrel a moment there. I also saw somebody said Theo of Golden. That's next on my list to read, Virginia. Theo of Golden. Laura said you need to make a book journal kit. It is planned for 2027, Laura. So it is on our list. It's definitely happening next year for sure. So there'll be a paper collection that goes with it. There'll be a travel journal project kit that we do with it, so you can track all your books, and there will also be a reading themed insert, so you can track your TBR list, things that you want to read, things that you've read, do your reviews, and all that. Okay. Oh yes. So now our stamp. I need a couple of ink colors. We'll use black. We will also use fossilized amber, and we will also use Stormy Sky. I think Stormy Sky is what I used. And see, I already know kind of, this was really easy for me to pick these things, like I said, because I've already done this list. Book journal kit, yes. Colleen said, I recently read an article which had appeared in the New York Times, how to keep a travel journal. I will have to look for that. I will look for that. That sounds great. How to keep a travel journal. Nick sent me something. Nick sent me something that I read recently. I wonder if that's what it was. It was something I thought maybe from the New York Times. Okay, so for this list, we need that little guy. That's our little kind of grid. We need current. And we need books. Now, we could be doing the same list. Maybe you're not much of a reader. You could do current recipes, current places you're visiting, current movies you're watching or shows, current foods that you're eating, current recipe you're listening to, or like we talked about, you could flip it to favorite. We need that cute little book stack. And we need, we've got it all. Current books, book stack. All right. So let's start out with this. Let's start out with the black. I'm going to use black for that, black for our little grid here. And I am right sizing my stamping block to my stamp, like you hear me talk about. That fits really well side to side. And I know that's going to be the closest stamping block in size that I have in my stash of stamping blocks to that size. So let's go ahead and ink that up. I am going to test it first. Always test. Always, always, always test. Make sure you know the amount of pressure you need to apply. You learn that when you test, right? You make sure that you've got enough ink on the stamp. You make sure it's straight on the stamping block. You make sure it's not dirty. But all of those things you can learn just by testing it one simple little time. I would much rather find out that something was off on my little test as opposed to on my little list here, right? I'll move this a little bit closer to myself so I can see it as I'm stamping, and then I will bring it back up so you can see it. There we go. There's our nice little grid. Now, if you have that stamp set, that is the favorite current stamp set. If you have that stamp set, all kinds of other stamps that you could use outside of the stamp set with that just fun little grid. So sometimes I get in the mode where I am just thinking about using a stamp set by itself. Laura Lee on my design team, Rosie Posey, Laura Lee, does a great job at mixing and matching different stamps and putting them together from different stamp sets. The correspondent. See, there's all these, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's on my list too. Oh yeah, that's on my list too. Wait, is correspondent on my list? Current books. The correspondent. Yes, it is on my list over here. Okay. All right. So now we need current, and I think I am going to use, let's see, let's swap that out. Different stamping block. That's a little bit more closely right sized to that particular stamp. We'll use Stormy Sky for that. So I'm going to do that. Do a little test here. Okay, looks good. And you might be like, Layle, how did you pick those colors so quickly? And I say, oh, because I know what I'm using, what other product I'm using. So once we get these things stamped, we'll move on to that. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, I see. Looked a little light. Now, we could have a visitor. Chances are that we may see Reggie. Reggie has been home by himself for most of the day, and he may not be very happy. He might want some attention, so we'll see what happens. Reggie's the cat, not the husband, if you're new. Reggie also, I think we were gone for the wedding, so we were gone 2 nights, and Sam, our younger son, Reggie's dad, came over and stayed with him, but prior to that, Reggie now is banished to the guest room at night. He can no longer be allowed to sleep with us because he keeps me up. And anyhow, and it's been like life-changing to lock him in the guest room, which makes me feel bad, but you know what? Got to do it. Current books. All right. Mad Mabel. Have I read that one? I am horrible at remembering what I read. In fact, when I was putting my current books list together, when I was writing it down over here on the side in my workbook, I'm like, gosh, what have I read lately? Then I have to go on Goodreads, and I'm like, oh yeah. Or I'll see something that's on my Goodreads list and it has a start and a finish date. And I'm like, I don't even remember what that book is. And then I have to like pull it up and get the synopsis of it. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I remember that now. Switching out stamping block again for little guy, a stack of books from that same favorite current stamp set. A whole bunch of stamps just came in that have been either low in stock, which you wouldn't know, or out of stock. So Willie Alpha is back. Charlie Alpha is back. Oopsie, Charlie Alpha is back. Grateful is back. Documenting the Details 2 is back. So we had sold out of a number of stamps, but as of earlier this evening, they are back in stock. If you've been waiting for one of those. Okay. So before I move now to decorating down here, why don't we do a giveaway? Let's do our first giveaway of this evening. First giveaway of this evening is going to be for a favorite current stamp set. It's just a good all-purpose. It works for lots of different lists. Favorite current stamp set that I've been using. I mean, not the one I've been using, but hello, Wendy and MD. Not the one I've been using. You get your own new one. But whoever wins will receive a favorite current stamp set. So to participate in the giveaway is super easy. You chat away in the chat. And as you chat away in the chat, I will do my little decorating here. And as soon as I've got that done, then I will draw a winner, random winner. So chat away. Chat away. All right, because this is a book list, I am going to use one of the two rolls of reading or book themed PET tape that we have on the website. Both of these are from Wrong, RONG. Both of these you will find linked in the what I am using link for today. So that what I am using link is in the description box of the video. So I will show you. We've looked at both of these before, right after I brought them in, but I hadn't used either of these yet. So this one is called Take Time to Read. This is the one I am not using. And if you're like, PET tape, Layle, what the heck is PET tape? It is polyethyl, I don't know what the T is for, some really long word. But it is a matte tape. It is acid and lignin free. But when you put it down onto something, it's basically a clear sticker. Both of these are kiss cut. And what that means when it's kiss cut is your sticker peels right off. All right. As opposed to, there is some PET tape where you actually have to cut what you want to use away from the sheet. But kiss cut definitely is a lot easier to use. This particular one, this one that is called Take Time to Read. Let me go through here because of the repeat pattern. It goes quite a long ways before the pattern repeats again. So it looks like, oh my gosh, look how long that is. Can you see? What that means is all of those are unique until the pattern repeats again. I don't recall how long that is, but on the website, it tells us how long that repeat pattern is. And if you've ever wondered, what does that mean, a repeat pattern? It's when your pattern starts repeating again. So lots and lots of different options there, but it's really fun. Great, lots of different books, book stacks, open books, florals, glasses, tea, lamps, really fun. All right, that's the one I'm not using though. The one I am using is called Cozy Book. Cozy Book. Cozy Book? Cozy Book. That's what I can read on that little tiny sticker, Cozy Book. So both of these are in stock on our website. Yes, that's a lot. It is a lot, Wendy. Yeah, so with PET tape, it is PET tape, depending on who is manufacturing it, maybe $15 to $18, $20 a roll, which might sound like a lot. I mean, that is expensive, right? It is expensive, but you are getting a lot of product, a lot of product. And each of them will tell you when you're looking at the product, the length, the overall length, the height, because that's also really tall. And then the repeat pattern. The repeat pattern can be important because maybe you like to craft with friends. And maybe you say, hey, guess what, friends? I will buy the Take Time to Read PET tape, and then we'll cut it apart, and each of us will get, maybe one or two repeats of the pattern. All right, so Take Time to Read, but we're going to use this guy, the Cozy Book. Cozy Book. So this one, same thing, long repeat pattern. But there's something I want to show you that you might have noticed. when we looked at the other one. Part of this is clear, right? You see how that's clear? And then it starts to get milky here. So when I'm working with PET tape, usually what I will do is pull away the negative. And I won't do it for the whole roll, but I'll pull away a bunch of the negative. In my opinion, it is much easier to get the PET tape off the roll if you pull a bunch of that, negative away. It's a lot easier to get off. And then I've got to deal with that, all that negative there. So, I mean, that is in that situation, that's when negative is a good thing. Well, I guess negative is a good thing too if you test negative for something that they were testing you for. But, all right, what I would like to use here, and I'm going to go for a while because I have used what I'm looking for. Look at this little guy. There's even like a little field notes. There's a little typewriter, tons of book stacks. But what I'm looking for, I'm going to go to little bookstores. That store is called the Bookworm. Meet me at the library. I am looking for, oh yes, I'm looking for this big stack right here. So I'm just peeling that sticker away. And I am going to get my little tweezers out. My tweezers will help me to kind of place it where I want it. And I would like this to be right down, about right down. Whoopsie. There in the corner. That one little sticker just decorated our list for us, right? All right, I'm going to add one more thing and then I'll do our giveaway because it will take me a little bit. Where's this other one? It should be near here. This says it's a good day to read a book. Any day is a good day to read a book, right? Where is this one I'm looking for? My workout is reading in bed until my arms hurt. Well, that's true. Oh, this one. Just another chapter. That's what I'm looking for. So let's grab tweezers again. I'm going to start with chapter. See? And chapter, I'm going to put right down. I didn't really give myself enough room there, did I? We're going to overlap onto our books, which that's okay. And then I need just another. Where am I? Where am I? Where did that go? Look how fun this one is. That little library card. Super cute. There's even like cute little shorts. I don't know, reading shorts. Where did that go? Oh, here we go. Just another. Just another chapter. Now, I've always been an avid reader, even from when I was like a little girl. And so I would always say that, Mom, just another chapter, please. Please, just another chapter. Just another chapter. All right. Now, I'm going to use this little guy too, because I feel like I need just a little something to kind of break up. We have stuff here, stuff along the bottom. We just need a little random something to break this up. So we're going to take this little guy and we'll put this maybe about right here. And then I noticed I didn't use these when I kind of started my list before. It's kind of a cute little heart there. What if we maybe should we put a little heart right here? I feel like that might be nice. There we go. All right. So let's do our first giveaway. Let me scroll. The winner is Denise Dufresne. Denise Dufresne, congratulations, my friend. You are the winner of the favorite current stamp set. Denise, please send an email to laylebymail@gmail.com. In the subject line, please put winner favorite current stamp set. And in the body of the email, please put, please put your name and address, and we'll get that shipped off to you. Now, this is what's really interesting. I now know why this is wider than what I did for the reel. Look, there it is. That's a different sticker. I used a different sticker. All right, let me roll this up very quickly, and then I will write my list, and then we will be on our way. Congratulations, Denise. Yes, we have lots of PET tape from Wrong. And there's a whole page on the website when I say the website, you know, I mean my website, laylebymail.com. There's a whole page on the website of different PET tape. So if you know PET tape and you love PET tape, just know that we've got lots. We have on our list of products to do in 2027 PET tape. We just don't quite know when we'll do it yet and what it looks like, but stay tuned. All right. There is a star stamp that I have had out, and I'm not sure where it goes. Amy, it wasn't where you thought it went. So this is a very good reminder of why it's a good idea to put your stamps away right after you use them. Generally, I forget sometimes. Anyhow, I forget the stamping stylus, and I put the stylus away, and I forget to put the stamp away. We're going to use the star. The star will show, the star will be my bullets of all the books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 8, I think, is all I'm going to have room for, unless I can, because I really have 10 on my list, but that's okay. I think what I might do, let's see if we can move this guy. I don't know, can we peel our PET tape off very gently? Gently, gently, gently. Ooh, ooh, let's not forget about the The that's on there. Let's see what happens if we try to peel that away. It's very forgiving. All right, let's do this. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take off this book. We don't need that book. We'll make it a little bit narrower, and we'll do this here. We'll drop this a little bit more into the corner, and then now we have room for her. And now, guess what I'm going to do? Because now, can I get that up? That one might not be as forgiving. It's so teeny. Come on. It wants to come up. Because now it's not centered. Because I didn't have it centered over the I just had it centered over the other part. There we go. Okay. Now, I think we can fit one more in there. We will make one more fit. So, my current books. Starting with what I've read recently. On Mystic Lake. That was a bizarre book. I remember that one. Kristen Hanna. Also, The Things We Do for Love. Also, Kristen Hanna. Whoopsie. The Housewife. Oh, that was a bit of an interesting thriller kind of book. The Housewife. Natalie Borelli. It's a Love Story. I think, I'm not sure if that's the one I'm reading right now. I know that may sound weird. If I'm not sure that's the name. Annabelle Monahan. Usually when I do most of my reading on my Kindle, and so a lot of times I think I have a difficult time remembering associating the name of the book with the book because I don't see the cover, and I'm very much a judge the book by its cover kind of person. Well, I don't mean it that way. I mean, I judge the book by the cover book kind of person, right? If I like the cover of a book, I might pick it up and see if I want to read it. So if I don't see the cover, I might be like, wait a minute, I'm not really sure what that is. Carol said she just finished an Annabelle Monahan book recently. She enjoyed it. Okay. I saw something about be sure to email Layle. I don't know what that was, but whatever it is, be sure to email me. All right, let's keep going. Um, oh, Woman Down, Colleen Hoover. I like Colleen Hoover books. Sometimes they're a little um, bizarre. Sometimes they're also very risque. Sometimes. Uh, let's see. Somebody said they read The Housewife. Yes, Zen Girls. Yeah, right. That was like a whoa. That was weird. That was. I mean, it ending that you didn't expect, right? Carrie said she reads so many books, usually around 3-ish per week. I know it gets hard to keep track of some of them, doesn't it? Yesteryear. We talked about that a little bit. I believe one of our last lives, Carol Claire Burke. That is the candy corn of the book world these days. You either love it or you hate it. I don't know. I was kind of in the middle, but that's really most people either love it or really don't like it. Really don't. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, and it's very much a trendy book right now. So I wouldn't, if it's on your list, I'd say absolutely still read it because um, 1, 2, 3. All right. So I did read the 5-Star Weekend from Ellen Hildebrand. That they are turning into a movie, I believe. That I liked. I liked that a lot. But I don't have room for it. So I'm moving to the 3 now that are on my TBR list. Theo of Golden. I have a hardback, I think, on that one. Alan Levy, or Levi Levy. The Correspondent. I think that's one that has the bird on it, isn't it? I must have the hardcover of that too. Virginia Evans. And a new book that I added to my TBR list. And you know what? It's not, Colleen, it's not from the Bulletin More either. It is, oh wait, hang on. I just had an idea. Is it here? No, I thought maybe it was from the I Love National Parks list. Nope, it's not. I know, it's gonna drive me crazy, but guess what? Sorry, I walked away for a minute. It's just sitting right here on my filming stand, and so at one point I'll be like, where is that? I'll be like, oh, there it is. So this last one is a book that I just added to my TBR list after speaking with someone this past weekend. So this book is called Signs by Laura Lynn Jackson. So the wedding that we were at this past weekend, August 2026. First list done. The wedding, let me put the list here as I am talking, and I'll put things away and then we'll go on to our next list. So the wedding that we were at this past weekend, a daughter of someone I went to college with, friends of ours, one of Nick's fraternity brothers. Oh, I can't do that there. We went to college with, and his wife. Very beautiful, lovely woman, friend that passed away during the pandemic. She had a horrible, horrible, horrible cancer, and passed away during the pandemic. And so we went to the wedding, and it was lovely. The night before, they had after the wedding party and the families had rehearsal dinner. They had a get together, kind of cocktails, for the people attending the wedding. And I was speaking with a woman, my friend that had passed away. Her name was Jen. And I was speaking to one of her friends that I hadn't met before. And we were talking. I was speaking to Amy and her husband, Brad, and my friend Jen and Brad. I did not get that on well. Oh, well, it's going to be crooked. Her husband, Brad, was a dear friend of Jen's in college. And so Brad and Amy and I are talking, and we're just reminiscing about Jen and what an incredible person she was. And this is outside. And we're sitting outside under this big giant tree, and the air's really still, and we're just talking. I'll talk about that in one sec. But we're just talking, very still air, and it's been very still air the whole night. And as we're talking about Jen and reminiscing about Jen, this beautiful breeze just came right through, and we were under this big willow. It's like, this is giving me goosebumps. We were under this willow tree, and all the leaves just kind of moved like this in the breeze. And it's like, we all looked at each other and went, no way, no way. We're like, you know what? That was Jen. That was Jen. And that's how we chose to interpret that sign. And so the next night at the wedding, after the ceremony and before, dinner and all of that, I was talking to another one of Jen's dear friends. And I don't know, we'd been talking for about a half an hour. And then I shared this story with her about the still air. And then, and she said, oh my goodness. She said, I have to tell you, I've just started reading this book called Signs. And this book called Signs basically is different stories of signs like that, that happen to people and people sharing their stories. Yes, it was an incredible glimmer, Amy. It was such an incredible glimmer. And so I decided that's my next book, and I already got it. I decided, I think I want to keep that. So it is a paper book as opposed to an ebook on my Kindle. But then after dinner, or during dinner, we were talking about that same story with some other people. And one of the guys said, oh my goodness. So there were like two seats shy in the chapel, or, whatever it was. And so two people had to stand, and he was one of them. And beautiful windows behind the ceremony. And he said, and as soon as the ceremony started, a bird flew right across the windows. And, this is outside, and stopped and perched on a branch of the tree and watched the entire ceremony. And then when the ceremony was over, left. And that was just, and again, you can decide what that means. But we're all like, oh my goodness, that's Jen. She's here. She's at the wedding. She's here this weekend. And it was just so special. So that's another one on my TBR list, signs. All right. Okay. Maybe get a little choke up there for a minute, but I stopped. I'm having some water. Time for some water. I love that. Judy said, my dad comes to me through the wind all the time. Okay. Our next list is called Birthday Buddies. Yeah, Terry, I love that. Right. So those will be when we do our next Glimmers list. Those will be very shortened versions of those on my Glimmers list. But, we talk about you guys glimmers and your little sparks of joy, and that the more that you look for them and the more you are aware of them, the more they happen. And so those are two prime examples of that in my book. Okay, our next list is birthday buddies. So I've had this on our list of lists for a while. This is a list that I wanted to do for a while. And I've always, every time I think about it, I'm like, shoot, it's not August. We should do this in August. Because for me, it makes sense for me in August because my birthday's in August. But if your birthday's not in August, it doesn't mean that you can't do this list. Okay, so basically birthday buddies. There are a couple of different ways that you could do this list. So what I did, I went into ChatGPT and I said, hey, tell me all the famous people that have birthdays in August. And what it did is it came back and said, and then I think I said, my birthday's August 20th. Also tell me people with August 20th birthdays. So it came back and it gave me 3 different lists. It gave me famous August birthdays and it did them in order 1 through 31. And then it said August 20th birthday buddies. And so that's why I called this list birthday buddies. I think I had called it people that have the same birthdays as me. Or no, I had called it August birthdays, which that's not fun, but birthday buddies is fun. So then what it did is, so it suggested, it said, hey, if you wanted, you could do born August 20th, and then born August 20th, 1968, because that's when I was born, 68. So I think what I'm going to do, though, is these people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people have the exact same date, August 20th. But then They're, 12, 13, 14. One of them being Benjamin Harrison, the 23rd US president. Um, I think I will just do like my birthday twins. Okay? My birthday twins, but I'm going to call it birthday buddies. So these are people that have the same birthday that I do. Now, guess what? Even if your birthday isn't in August, you could still do this now, right? You could still do your birthday buddy list now. Or if you don't want to do this now, then just make a note for when your birthday month comes up, then it can be your birthday buddies list. Look at, I love this. Maybe you guys already knew this. Mimi, did we talk about this? My husband, Nick, you guys are birthday buddies. Oh, and Winston Churchill. I didn't know that. That was awesome. Jill said when she sees hummingbirds, she knows her mom is close by. I love that. That's a birthday buddy. Wanda's is Kevin Costner. Goldie Hawn and Bjork, Ms. L. Birthday Taylor Swift and your grandmother, Britta. Hi, Britta. That's very cool that you have your birthday buddies with your grandma. Our older son Jack is birthday buddies with his grandma, my mom. They have the same, obviously not the same year, but same birthday. Oh, Dana said, LOL, my stepmother had the same birthday as Hitler. Oops. Wanda, she did this list already, and she said she called it Celebrities I'm Growing Old With. Oh, that's really fun. Colleen, one of hers is George Clooney. So guess what, you guys? If you don't know who your birthday buddy is, go to Google. Google will tell you. Or if you use ChatGPT, or if you use Claude, or you use any of those other things. I have mixed feelings about AI. For things like this, when I want to say, hey, tell me all my birthday buddies, it comes back with things very, very quickly. I'm very much against AI in art. I'm very much against AI in music. And that's just me. That's my personal belief. But you can believe what you want, or we're all different people. But in my opinion, ChatGPT or Claude, great for things like this to spit out information really, really quickly. November 30th, yes. Bindi Erdenwood. Dawn said her birthday buddy is Vicky. Vicky Booten, April 20, is it 23rd? Carol's is Lisa Kudrow. Tina Turner, Deanna. Yeah, so just kind of fun, you guys, right? Just kind of a fun, totally different type of list. Birthday buddy. Some of you do lists for other people. So maybe you have kids or grandkids or pets. Maybe you could do birthday buddies with your pets. Currently you can do with your pets or other people in your life. Maybe you have grandkids. Or maybe you're a teacher and maybe you have books that you are currently reading with your class. This would be a really fun type of list to do your current books, things that you're reading with your class, or even going back currently like this, or something like this. This is me. This would be great to do every year for kids, grandkids, pets. So all the lists that we do don't have to just be about you. They could be about other people too. Wanda wrote them down who they were and also printed their pictures. I love that. Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo. One Crafty Bee Creations, Kyla. I love both of those people. I love that. I love that. Jill said, I'm with you, Layle, on AI, on art and music. I saw something popped across my Instagram the other day. Bette Midler had posted something about there is a song right now that is on the top of the charts. I don't know which chart and which top it is, but it is a very popular song right now, and it is all AI. And she was saying how unfortunate that is, because basically what AI does is it goes and it, very quickly can go through all the music that's ever, been put online and learn how to sing. And then it can also bounce that against songs that are really popular and then kind of artificially come up with a song that is on the top of the charts when, it's not really a person. Okay, so this one's called Birthday Buddies. For Birthday Buddies, I am using Spellbinders Jubilee die cuts. So we used these, some of the Jubilee die cuts we used on this list, the This Is Me list. And as I was pulling out die cuts for this list, I saw some really fun birthday things that I thought might be fun to use for this list. So Jubilee die cuts, and I am using some paper from also Spellbinders. We used some of this on that list as well, some of the paper. I think we might really embrace the pink on this. we're going to have two lists together that are pink. This pink will go really well. And there doesn't have to be a lot on here. I mean, I'll probably just use the cake. Actually, let's see my sketch. That is a cake. So my plan is to use a cake, a ticket sticker, and then some words right here. So let's go back to our sketch, Layle. That will help me really narrow things down. Put these guys off to the side. And we know we'll use this. There's beautiful papers in this paper pack, this breakfast in bed paper pack. Nothing super themey. So kind of a paper pack like this is great for lots of different generic lists like this. Let's grab our trimmer out again. Oh, I just got distracted by a giant pile of Holidays product on the floor. Giant pile. Bonnie Phillips, your birthday is January 13th. Guess what? Jack's birthday, our older son, and my mother's birthday, January 14th. You guys want to hear something really crazy? And this was such a big glimmer. This was such a big glimmer. I'm trimming this to 4 3/4 by 8, like we talked about. Usually my base pages are 4 3/4 by 8. So I might have shared this the other day, last time we listed. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did or not, but not everyone was there, so I'll share it again if I did. I'm teaching an event in Wisconsin this fall called She Loves Color, an in-person event. And I was doing a live on the private Facebook group, kind of a meet and greet type thing on the private Facebook group, maybe 10 days ago. And I said, oh, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do a couple giveaways and you do it in the comments and whatever. And I said, and I'm going to draw those winners on August 20th because that's my birthday. And then I told people, okay, so the way that you enter, or participate is just leave a comment and so forth. And so people were, commenting in the Facebook live, and a woman came in, Kim something. I can't remember what it was. Kim something came in and she said, oh, I know. I said, so for the live one I'm doing, live comment, the live prize, the next person that comments wins. And the next comment that I saw that came in was Kim something, Kim Olson maybe. And she said, oh, I'm late. What are we doing? And I said, oh, Kim, congratulations. You're the random lucky winner of the prize. And she goes, oh, I didn't even know we were doing a prize. That's so cool. And I said, yes. I said, Kim, it's my birthday next week. And so I'm doing prizes for my birthday. I said, my birthday's on August 20th. And the next thing she types is, oh my goodness, you are kidding me. My birthday is August 20th. That was just one of those cool things. It was like, no way. Kind of a glimmer. It was a glimmer. All right, so I just wanted to measure that. That was 3 3/4. I think we did that by 7. Just so it's about the same. Now, some of you, what I'm doing here is going to drive you crazy. And I don't mean all the talking and getting off track. Because that's just what happens. That's what happens when you're with me. There's lots of talking and I tell stories and we get off track. Well, I get off track. And because I get off track, we get off track. So some of you, this will make your skin crawl. These do not go together at all, right? They're not the same. It's not the same product. They're both pink, but not even the same color. This would drive some of you crazy. It doesn't bother me at all, right? This whole thing is just a whole bunch of play, lots of different lists. Some things, most things go together because most anymore I'm doing double page lists, some singles, but if something like this bothers you, then don't do it, right? Just either make a double page list, even if you don't have enough content for a double page list. There is an article in, I want to say in this one. Is it in this one? In this idea book, the current idea book, about if you don't have enough content, I don't remember now. If you don't have enough content for a double page list, anyhow, if you don't have enough content for a double page list, well, still make a double page list. Here you could just decorate, you could put a quote, maybe you have more books on your current books list. So don't force yourself into something like this that would really bother you. But also at the same time, don't prevent you from doing this, what we do, this whole creative listing, because it would bother you to have two separate things going, okay? Still do it. Still do it. Even if, oh, that's a great idea. Denise said put some photo on of the book covers, right? So that would be a great idea for this. Or maybe you're doing it currently and you only have enough for one page. But if you're currently watching Mindhunter, maybe go to the internet and Google Mindhunter and, ooh, maybe not. That's kind of a gory show. Eating. If you're currently eating legendary protein pastry bars like me, then take a photo of the bar. Or go to the internet, find the bar, right click on it, save the photo to your computer, your phone, print it out and put it there, right? Or what you're listening to or what you're celebrating. You can always add photos if you want. Or anyhow, don't let not having enough content for a 2-page list and your desire to have a spread that coordinates prevent you from doing what we do. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. We need some pink ink, and I know picked raspberry or kitsch flamingo. Picked raspberry. Let's go right. Picked raspberry. There we go. We will use this twice. Ooh, is that going to look okay? Actually, we might not do that. Oh, I know what's going to happen here. That green, I would like to do our title in that green, but I don't think we're going to have anything that's close. Maybe cracked pistachio. All right, we're going to use cracked pistachio and picked raspberry for two different things. So for inking the edges of this, we're going to use cracked pistachio. No, sorry. We're going to use picked raspberry. Picked raspberry. And this is what keeps happening. I keep seeing that with that, and I'm like, oh, that's horrible. But let's go back to picked raspberry again. See, the real color is much closer than what it looks like there. Kitsch flamingo. Maybe we'll go with kitsch flamingo. I think we better because that kept bugging me. Kitsch flamingo. So I am going to my little ink blending foam storage kit here and grabbing the kitsch flamingo little foam blender, putting it on the little tool, and I'm going to ink the edges of this white so it blends in a little bit more. It's not so stark. Oh, this one, I think every time I use this, I say I need to make a new one of these because I use this so much. The stuff that sticks to the Velcro on the tool is starting to fall off. So just inking the edges. I kind of use ink for two different things, and really only two different things. Inking the edges and stamping. I don't really use it for any kind of mixed media or watercolor. Every once in a while I'll use a stencil with ink, but not much. It's pretty much just this. So if you are traditionally a scrapbooker, or you're a card maker, or you work in mini books, and you are used to using cardstock to mat something to help it stand out or to blend in, basically that's what we're doing here, but we're just not creating another layer. If we were using cardstock for this, we would have to add another layer, and the more layers that we add, just obviously the thicker our Traveler's Notebook insert becomes. So if I'm going to add a layer, I'd rather add a layer like a die cut or something as opposed to just some cardstock to use. All right, so that just helps that to blend right in a little bit better. Oh, I know. Somebody asked something. I will. Somebody asked, I'll do it on our third list. Someone asked about what that white tape was that I was using. Denise Dufresne, every time I do that and touch the thing, I think of you. Because you're always like, do this. And then I never remember what it is. All right. Don't like the green. Nancy doesn't like the green. And that's okay, right? That is okay, Nancy. We'll see what it looks like, right? We will see what it looks like. Because when we're stamping, we're always testing first. So sometimes we're testing to see if we like the color. Cracked pistachio. This one always looks way brighter on the lid than it really does in person. And that's why that's why I always swatch my ink. Look at the difference in that, right? This looks way brighter than that. And when I compare that to that, that looks pretty nice. I mean, olive, there's an olive. Oh, no, that's not what I was thinking. Yeah, bundled sage. No, we're going to cracked pistachio. So let's, let me do this, but we'll still test it to make sure that we like it. Oh, there you go, Denise. Use the handle to push it down and then just wipe the handle down. That makes a lot of sense. Looks more like mowed lawn. So here's the thing, you guys. You think that looks more like mowed lawn? Well, let's look. Let's look. I think mowed lawn is going to be, well, it could work, right? Let's see. Let's try them. I mean, we won't try it here. We'll test. So this is going to be called Birthday Buddies, right? So we are going to stamp out our title, and I'm going to use the new Christie Alpha for this. Oh my goodness. I saw earlier this afternoon I think we'll do lowercase. One of the design team members sent in the coolest project using Christie Alpha. And what she did with the title is going to knock your socks off. I was like, oh my goodness, the placement, so clever. But it's not on the blog yet, so you have to wait. I'll tell you what she did. She was sitting outside reading a book with her coffee in the morning, and she's a little blue table, and her coffee spilled on the blue table. And so she took a photo. There's her coffee mug and the blue table with the coffee spilled on it. She stamped her title in the spilled coffee. It looked so cool. Yes, Joanne, I will reiterate what you said. My creative team rocks. The things that they do with my product blow my mind. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're a genius. I never would have thought about that. But that's why we have creative team, right? Let's see. Jill, the ink blending kits are in stock. Yes, they are. She said, I thought it was on a list to be informed when they came back in stock. So you guys know, or you may not know, that you can, if something is out of stock on the website, there's always a little button on there that says email me when available. And that process is automated. So as soon as we add product back into the website, it automatically notifies you that it's back in stock. Now, it's possible that it may have landed in your junk or spam folder. But yes, they've been back in stock for a couple weeks now. We were out of one of the products for the kits, and it just took a while to get them back in. All right, so let's see if we like this. I'm going to like that for the title. I will show you. I'm going to like that for a title because for me, it's going to be far enough away. And in my opinion, for me, mowed lawn will be like too bright. So I'm going to use that. I like that. Where can you see the layout? You can see the layout once it gets added to the blog. Or actually, you know what? I bet we could ask Amy to do this for us right now. I bet Amy, because she got the email too, could save that photo early, like now, to the Christie Alpha product on the website. Amy just linked the Christie Alpha product in the chat. Oh my goodness, she already did it. Yes, Amy's the best. She said, I added it earlier today. Check it out here. All right, friends, if you want to see how cool it is, it's linked in the chat. And for those of you watching the replay, go to the website, laylebymail.com, search for Christie Alpha, Chrissti, like this, Christie Alpha, and you will see it as one of the secondary product images of project. All right, thank you, Amy. Amy's the best. Well, I should say Amy's one of the best, because if I say Amy's the best, then that might hurt Becky's feelings, but then it also might hurt Jill's feelings and Lily's feelings and Denise's feelings. Amy is one of the best. Amy's the best right now because she did that. No, Amy knows how I feel about her. All right. Birthday. I am going to conveniently use the lines on that graph paper for lining up my stamps. But if I don't have, if this is blank paper, I could use a little ruler, right? And draw my lines. Or I could use this guy, the new lined brass stencil. That would also draw my lines, but I don't need to because I have my grid paper. All right, so we're going to do this as we go. I just remembered I didn't eat dinner tonight. Amy is one of the best ever. Yes. Amy is one of the, it's hard. It's like, you know what? Here we go. Amy is the best at what she does because she doesn't do what Becky does, and Becky doesn't do what Jill does, and Jill doesn't do what Denise does, and Denise doesn't do what Lily does. Although Lily and Denise kind of do the same thing. But you know what I mean by that. That way we can say that. Yes, Janelle has very creative layouts, always. Yep. BIRTHDY, birthday buddies. Now it's, I didn't even test that one first. I guess I'm living on the wild side now. And every once in a while, I like to mix things up a little bit. Like, let's do an uppercase R. We're going to mix our case here. Mix cases. Well, I better drop down a bit. When I am filming live like this, I don't have this as close as I normally would have to be when I'm stamping, because normally I'd have it like right here. But if I put it right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and see. That's why sometimes things aren't quite straight when they should be. So notice I am right sizing my stamping block to my stamp. That's a very important part of the things. Because if you can right size your stamping block to your stamp, makes it way easier. So I'm using one of our little round cylindrical stamping blocks. These are great for like the mini icons, like the all seasons mini icons. Nancy said, a good team makes life more enjoyable. Absolutely it does, because you know what? I can't do it all. For a long time I did it all by myself. But I can't do it all. We're too big now. And I have really good people that make me look good. That is something I learned very early on in my corporate career, to hire people that make you look good. And they do. They absolutely do. Someone said the shipping team is the best too. Jill, they are. They really, really, really work hard. They really do. They are incredibly stressed right now because they are kitting all of the December documented kits. There are a lot. They just barely got done with all of the orders for the, missed a little bit, for the August mid-month release. They have, starting on, Monday, everything goes live Thursday, and then start shipping holidays on Monday. So they've got to have all of that organized and ready to ship. And then we have season pass that, where's my A? Here we go. We have season pass for summer or fall holiday that launches on the 5th, and all of those orders. And then the 15th. And then, of course, in the middle of all that, I have 3 events that we're also getting ready for. Yeah, they're a little stressed right now. But I did it just, I think it's ready. I think we're all good, ready to go to bring another person on board. She's going to come in on September 8th. And then, assuming all goes well, then we've got another person that we're bringing on board in the warehouse. And that's all your fault, you guys. All your fault that we have to hire another person. And when I say have to, I don't mean, I'm kidding, right? No, Terry, you did not. The December documented goes live Thursday night this week. Thursday night at 7 Mountain. No, 6:30 Mountain, Terry. All right, birthday buddies. Yes, so adding to the team. You guys just keep us so busy. So that's good. I like it. I appreciate it. Employing another woman. And here's the deal. It's not that it has to be a woman, but it works. It works. And honestly, You know, actually, it would probably be pretty nice to have a man in the warehouse to lift a lot of the heavy things. But that is, that's when I tell Lily and Denise, you know what, you guys don't lift it. Just let me know what it is, and we'll send Nick over or send Sam over to lift the heavy things, you know. Yes, I love that. Wanda said, you're welcome. Thank you, Wanda. You're welcome. And Carrie said, I love that for you. I love that for us, you guys. I love it for us. And when I say us, because that's what makes it so that we can continue to make new product. Because you guys keep buying it. And the other thing, too, is just the support. Because it's all a big... It's all a big, I mean, it's social media, it's tuning into the lives, it's not just the shopping. So, because I know everybody can't shop, but you guys support in lots of different ways. Buddies. Uh-oh. Guess what's going to happen? I didn't really think that through now, did I? I should have done this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, guess what? I was too busy chatting. I started too far to the right. We'll make them squish together. Ruby said, small businesses are awesome. Small businesses are awesome. I shop small when I can. I absolutely do. Buddies. Oh, well, you know what? You're going to see in the next list, you're going to see I'm using a product that some of you have bought. Some of you might not have even seen it yet. But from a small business, woman-owned small business. That's really pretty cool. I'm excited to open it. I haven't even opened any of it yet. Birthday buddies. All right, that's fine. It actually wasn't so bad, right? It's not really so bad. That could have been way worse. But I think what I can do is, I bet we can find something to go right there. Oh, wouldn't it be fun if we had a little, oh, guess what? I bet we can have a heart or something from here and it will fill it in beautifully. So, and now that I look at this, I was thinking, I don't know, I was thinking I was going to do this cake over here, but it's kind of fun there too. Maybe we should do it over here. Because if we do it over here, then we have a little bit more room for, It's it is a stream of consciousness this evening, you guys. That's all you're hearing me. You are hearing my inside conversations with myself. I'm just saying them out loud. That's why I'll be like, oh, wait, oh, hold on, wait, uh-oh, okay, do that differently. We all have them. We all do it. It's just most of us don't. Most of you probably don't do a play-by-play like I do when you're thinking, because I kind of have to. Or else you guys would be sitting here and you'd be like, are we on? What's going on? I can't hear anything. What's wrong? All right. So, according to my sketch, I thought there were these cute stickers, these little tickets. So I thought, well, maybe there's a ticket I might like to do. Because that could be kind of cute. Oh, there's little tickets too, but big ticket. Ooh, this is fun. Maybe we could bring a little orange in. Just to give this little guy something to rest on, maybe. Like this. Just to bring in a little bit of extra color. Like that. Except it's not straight. I love that ticket. I love that that combination, the orange and the pink together. Yes, I talk to myself. But you know what? I do it. This is a hazard of the job. I do it all the time. And I do this play-by-play all the time, even when I'm not with you guys. Because I'm so in the habit of narrating everything that's in my head that I do it. I'll be like, oh, okay. They'll get up and let's have breakfast. And then after breakfast, I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Before I have breakfast, I forgot to have my coffee. I'll be like, oh, shoot. Before I have breakfast, I need to have my medication. Oh, wait, I forgot to. And I'll literally be having that conversation with myself, but out loud, like a play-by-play out loud. All right, so we just gave a little bit of extra visual interest over there. That little ticket, and that's from the Jubilee. So we're using Jubilee die cuts and also using Jubilee sticker book. Oh, and then I thought, let's see my little sketch. Maybe, let's see if this fits. I'm not sure if it will fit. I saw this let's celebrate because that's kind of appropriate, apropos. Let's celebrate. These are birthday buddies. Now, this is one big long sticker. Oh, wait a minute. What I was thinking I was going to do, I was going to cut it and have it say let's celebrate, but I actually kind of like it along the bottom like that. Let's grab our tweezers. It'll be a little bit easier to handle. Let's celebrate. And that is a clear sticker. Okay, now the next thing we need is a little divider. Oh, wait, let's figure out what we're going to put there so it doesn't look so weird. So odd. So odd. Do we suppose there would be... something that would go here. Oh, hip hip hooray, that is really cute. Let me just look at this. Hip hip hooray. That's one of my friend Karen. She's not, well, her family was British. Oh yes, I think we should do this, hip hip hooray. But when you sing happy birthday to somebody, at the end you go, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. So that works well there. Now we'll still do our little divider, but we're still looking for a little something to go there. I would love a little orange heart. Wouldn't that be nice if we had a little orange heart? If we don't have one in here, I know where I have an orange heart. So we are going to, oh, look, perfect. Here's our little orange heart. And we will put it right there, birthday buddies. Oopsie. Maybe a little Reggie here and there, birthday buddies. Okay, we need a divider. So let's get our divider stamp. List builder dividers. I think we should use a scallop. So list builder dividers, that's what these are. These are little stamps that divide your title and your list. Scallop, and I think we should do that in the, I think we'll do it in the cracked pistachio. No, these are about 5 inches long, 5 inches long-ish. Don't quote me on that, but I'm missing all kinds of things. Oh, teal and purple. Ooh, or brown and pink. Yes, Tracy's footprints. I love brown and pink. Okay, so these are about 5 inches. So they could span a page, right? A little bit, maybe 4 3/4. So they could span an entire page. But when it comes to something like this, well, it's too long, right? We can still use it. Just because it's too long doesn't mean we can't use it. We can create a mask. So I am going to do this. Aren't these cute? I bought these when we were in Scotland at Balmoral Castle. There are red squirrels everywhere there. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we would like our little border to stop. How about right there? I'm creating a mask. So it will still stamp on that, but once we pull that sticky off, we won't see where that mask was. That looks about right. Ish. No, maybe it's a little far. We don't need to measure. We're just going to guess. So we'll create our little mask. And we need to right size our stamping block, right? And the closest I have is this little guy. This is a 1x5, so it actually fits really well. These are a little bit like wormy. You know what I mean by that? They kind of look like gummy worms. So if I try to pick that up and set it on my stamping block, it's going to be very difficult for me to get it straight. But if I just let it kind of flop down on my work surface, it wants to flop straight. And then if I pick it up with my stamping block, much easier to get something that's long and narrow like that straight by doing it that way. let's just make sure. Oh, so cute. Wait, where is it? Can you see it? Oh yeah, right there. Okay, let's ink that puppy up again, and then that will be our little divider, and then we will be off and running, making our list of birthday buddies. The people that, and I think I just really have enough room to do the people that, I'm going to bring this closer to me so I can see. Okay, I've got to really get close to this in order to see. All right, there we go. And then we pull off our mask, and there's our little divider. I could save those, use those again. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do, I need to have, this will be a big run-on list. So it won't be like this one. This is more of a bulleted list. This is going to be a run-on list, which is more like this one, where I'm just going. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I think we should use the heart. So let's use the heart, and we'll use orange. And the orange we will use, I think, will probably be spiced marmalade. We'll see. Spiced marmalade, like Lady Marmalade. Yes, so Ruby, the divider in orange, yes, they totally could have done that, right? I could have done it in orange, but now I'm gonna have a lot of orange down here for my bullets. So I decided to do that. Or you know what else I could do? I could do like a double. What if we did that? What if we do a little double? I need to dry that. So notice I cleaned that off, right? If I'm going to use a different color, I want to clean it off, but it's also really important that I dry before I ink it up again, because your pigment-based inks, Distress Oxides pigment-based inks, are water reactive. So if there's still any moisture on your stamp, it might not, it might not do what you think it's going to do. I feel like this one, maybe we should have be a little bit narrower. Just a titch. Okay, we better ink it up. That sat in the air for a minute. We're doing ourselves a double scallop. Now, there are a couple of the dividers on there that are double lines. There's a double line and then a line and a dashed line. But we just made our own double. Cute. All right. Let's clean that guy off, and then let's go to, hello, Donna Malone. Nice to see you. I love this little wee scallop. I love that word. The little wee scallop is so cute. So cute. Hello, Crafty Creations by Nikki. Oh, okay, you guys. Let me tell you. Nikki is also on my creative team. Nikki did the most amazing project that she shared in the Facebook group earlier this week on social media. We shared it in my stories on social media this week. And you'll see it next month in an email. But she did basically kind of an advent, no, not an advent calendar, tags, Halloween tags. And I don't know, Nikki, how many were there? Like 30 or something? 30 tags, 31 tags maybe? Using Moonlit Manor. And she put them in this little box. And then she also put them in a little 31. That makes sense, right? 31, because, 31 days in October. It's the coolest thing. And I think, Nikki, did you put it in the, I think you put it in the Facebook group too, right? The Layle by Mail Facebook group. Anyhow, you guys need to see that. It's fabulous. Again, and it's good because I don't have as much time as I would like to play and show and use the product. And that's why the creative team is worth their weight in gold, because that's their job. That is their job. And you know what I say? I'll just share this with you. Just, they get paid for it. They get the product, but they also get paid. I pay them. And that is something that I've done with every single creative team that I've ever had in Layle by Mail, because to me, I think that's really important. I value their work, and that's not the case with all the creative teams out there. In fact, most of them, it's just product. You basically work for product. But they just, I value their work and I value their time. And I think it's important that they get not only compensated with product, but they get compensated with financially as well. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Nikki. She said, you're very, very generous. And I love, love, love being part of your team. Now, this is weird. All of a sudden in my head, Nikki doesn't sound right. Nikki, why doesn't Nikki sound right? Crafty Creations by Nikki. That name doesn't sound right to me. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me, friends. I mean, I know, I just don't mind me. So Nikki can't. It is. I know that just all of a sudden sounds so weird. Like, when you, I just bring up this example because this happened when I was in third grade, and it happens all the time. When you say a word so often, it doesn't sound right, like refrigerator, refrigerator, refrigerator. And then you're like, what? That doesn't sound right. Anyhow, Nikki, Denise, you're sweet. Nikki cannot link it because only people that are admins like Amy and Terry can link here. But what Amy can do for us, I don't know if there's a blog post yet for Amy. I don't think so. But Amy, will you link one of the Moonlit Manor products? And then people can see her project there. And then it'll be, like I said, then it will be on it will be coming up in a blog post and then also on email blast. So make sure you somehow see those things. The easiest way, make sure you sign up for our emails, because then, then you'll see it. Okay, where's my list? Oh, yes, here. Share the exact same date. Amy Adams, the actress. Amy Adams. So maybe we'll do this. We'll do Amy Adams. Let's see how many we have. I don't know if I have room for, I don't think I'll put their years. I think we'll just put the dates. We don't care when their years are, right? They're not the exact birthday buddies. Amy Adams, Demi Lovato, singer. Demi Lovato, 1992. Amy Adams, 1974. So I am not 1974. I'm 1968, but it's kind of close. Andrew Garfield. I have no clue who that is. Andrew Garfield is 1983. It sounds like it would be a politician. I mean, a president, but I know it's not. Robert Plant. Robert Plant is a singer. What band? Do we remember what band Robert Plant? I don't remember. Robert Band. I bet, Colleen, if you're still here, you probably know that. Kyla said a Ted Lasso scene where words no longer sound right. I don't think I've seen that. Kristen. Okay, Kristen. I need to reach out to you. I need to remember. I'd like to email you tonight and ask about our joint friend that I'm very worried about. That was at 3 Craft Chicks. So if I forget, help me remember. But yes. Led Zeppelin. There we go. Led Zeppelin. I knew a band. I just couldn't remember which one. We just saw the Ted Lasso episode last night. Is it the new season of Is it the new season of Led Zeppelin? No. Is it the new season of Ted Lasso? Okay, Kristen, I'm going to reach out because I need to know what I can do, and I don't want to ask her what I can do. I'll reach out. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, guys, for that little side conversation. That was important. That was muy importante, as my friend Vicky likes to say, but then I like to say it too. I don't know which one of us said it first. Al Roker. So I always have this kindred spirit with Al Roker. He's the weather guy on the Today Show. I mention him a lot when I have to change subjects. Al Roker, because I do know that his birthday is the same as mine. Connie Chung. There was a local radio DJ. I don't remember his name. Chunga. Jimmy Chunga. There's someone here from Utah. I know she said she was from Utah. I don't know if she's still here. Jimmy Chunga. Like Chimichanga. Jimmy Chunga. X96. Joan Allen. Okay, Joan Allen. I don't know who Joan Allen is. Anyone? Or anyone that has a Google? David O. Russell. Also do not know. I probably, at this point, should have done August birthday buddies. So then I would know. Fred Durst. Oh, okay, hold on. That name's familiar. Is that an actor? Fred Durst? I don't remember. Okay, season 1 of Ted Lasso, the semantic satiation. That's a hard. Oh, Carrie, the fire cleanups. Oh my goodness, that's just devastating. In Spokane. Misha Collins. Don't know Misha Collins either. There, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit. That's okay. I am not I shouldn't say Limp Bizkit is a band. I am not really a fan of Limp Bizkit. I don't know a lot of their music, but I think they're kind of more like punk rock. Yes, is that right? No. So not a fan, but that's okay. Joan Allen was in Game of Thrones. Oh, that's why, because guess what? Joan Allen, if you looked at one of my past lists, basically, what was it? Famous things that I've never done. Something like that. I don't know. It was I've never watched Game of Thrones, so I wouldn't know that. David Russell is a director. Andrew Garfield was a Spider-Man. Look at you guys. Joan Allen is an actress. Okay, you guys are just full of all kinds of knowledge here. Andrew Garfield did TikTok Boom. Oh my gosh. Ms. It is what it is said she just received her order and she's been loving all the goodies. Oh, good. I love to hear that, you guys. James Marsters. James Marsters. No clue. No clue about the James, Mr. Marsters. Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes. So, the name is very familiar. But I probably couldn't tell you. Is he a very smart man, Isaac Hayes? Maybe. H.P. Lovecraft. No clue. 1890. You know, one of the people that I find very motivating, I just learned today, we almost have Isaac Hayes. Okay. A black singer. Maybe I'm thinking of Isaac Newton. I know. Who needs ChatGPT when you have your squirrels? I know you guys are all over it for me. I love it. A birthday, Callie. No, not Callie. Okay, that's Lindsay, right? That's Lindsay. 19 years. No way. That's amazing, Lindsay. Congratulations. James Marsters, Spike from Bumpy the Vampire Slayer. I've never seen that. I don't know. Murder Durst convicted. James Marsters, Spike from Buffy and the Vampire. There we go. Lovecraft wrote Pulp Fiction. Oh, wow. But the genre, okay. Oh, my heavens. Okay, H.P. Lovecraft. And then Benjamin Harrison, the 23rd U.S. president. Benjamin Harrison. All right, so that's kind of all I have room for. So this is what I'm going to do, I think, because we've got this little, I was going to do some little hearts there, but I feel like now we just need a word strip sticker, right? What do we say? What do we say here? When it looks like something is missing and you don't know what to add, there's that big gap there. The answer is a word strip sticker. And we did see some word strip stickers in this little sticker book. So let's see what we could add. There's another one on here that I will read to you. Well, there's two. Let's see. Wonderful, beautiful, charming, awesome day. Ah, that's perfect. Awesome day. And it's even in orange. Like, we could not have even planned that. It's not planned, I promise you. Awesome day. So awesome day. This will just go right here. Actually, awesome day is going to go right here. And you know what we're going to do? It feels like it fits a little bit better there. We are going to do a little roller date stamp, but we are not going to put the year in there. We're just going to stamp August 20th. Actor Ted Layle. Oh, yes, Isaac. No, Isaac. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's like the telephone game. Oh my gosh, did you know that Sir Isaac Newton was Isaac on the Love Boat? Because you hear part of something, right? You could be here. This could be dangerous. If you're half listening, you could pick up all kinds of things and go to a party and pretend like you know all the things, and people be like, what are you talking about? Isaac Hayes was so-and-so, the lead in the movie Shaft. And I embellished that very clearly. I know, very clearly I embellished that. All right. I'm getting punchy, friends. Okay, so, oh yes, we need our little thing here. And, okay, we might need one more thing. Here's our roller date stamp, August 20th. And we're going to do that. And then we will clear out the year. Hopefully there's a blank. Nothing for the year. Hopefully there's just a blank. I'm pretty sure there is. There's not. So we're going to use our little trick for masking again. And, oh, so guess what? I'm going to try this. I saw this. Someone replied on last week's video. And she said, if you use for a mask, your highlighter tape, it's see-through. So you'll be able to see. I'm going to create a mask with that because sometimes that's part of the problem. Something like this, I can't really see where that would be. Oh, I know. That made more sense before. It made more sense related to something before, but that's okay. It doesn't really make sense for this, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. Oh, this might need to be over a little bit further. Let's see. All right, well, I didn't quite get it stamped well. So I didn't quite get the bottom of the 2 and the O. But it's okay. Because what I will do is you guys know I use my swatches for the inks all the time. Well, also time well spent is swatching your colored pencils. Because if I grab a little colored pencil here, cadmium orange maybe, that might work. Let's just see what other oranges we have. I won't use the distress because I won't be able to get those sharpened enough. I think cadmium orange is going to be. So this is from the Castle Arts. My Castle Arts. We'll grab cadmium orange. We're going to try to fix it. Oh, cadmium orange. That needs a sharpen. Let's see if we can fix it. Yes, Post-it notes for sure work. Yes, clear Post-it notes. I think we still carry those. That would work too. All right, let's see. Let's do a before and after, shall we? So see right there, it's just, I didn't really get it. The OG turned out okay. That's good because it's a lot easier to do the O and the 2 than it is the OG. Sorry about that. That works, right? That worked. Okay, all done. All done with our birthday buddies. Now, I could also do this. I'll just do this, maybe right here. We'll do 8/26. So we dated it. Alrighty. Put that away, put that away, put that away. And let's add this to our insert. Now again, if that drives you crazy because those don't go together, well, that's okay. It doesn't drive me crazy. And we talked about some ideas earlier on what you could do. Add a coordinating piece of pattern paper there. Put a photo there. Put take some, or go to Google if you did this same list here, for example, of books, and find, save some book covers and put them on your second page. All right. I put a Post-it note on the actual stamp while I am inking it. Then I pull it off before I stamp the date. Oh, all right. I had to think about that for a minute. So so you put a Post-it on the actual thing, then I pull it off. So you do it like this, like that, Amy. You probably works if you have a, I'm not sure, like this. I know you'll tell me later. You'll be like, no, dummy. I mean, she wouldn't say that. No, dummy. Like that. Oh, look. And then when we come over here. Oh, that's a great idea. And it only did that. Yes. Brilliant. That Amy is pretty brilliant, right? Put your Post-it note on your ink pad and then only stamp where you want it and then pull it off and you're good. I love it. I will remember that next time. And if not, you will remind me. Boy, my brain really had to work there to think about that. My brain sometimes doesn't work on demand, especially at night when you guys are here. Because sometimes things don't really make sense to me. And when they don't, I'm like, oh, my blonde is showing. Sorry, my blonde is showing. That happens. All right, so we are now ready for our third list. Let's just get some things cleaned up here, though. Because then when we clean up, now's another time for a good giveaway. Let's do, how about if we do Christy Alpha? Christy Alpha for our next giveaway. That was Denise Dufresne. And then Christy Alpha. You're going to see some things coming along with Christy Alpha in a while, too. I stamp the whole date, then turn the year out of the way. Try a new one that isn't inked. Oh! Oh my goodness, you guys are genius. Okay, we got to talk about that. We got to show that one, too. And then we'll keep going. I love it when I learn things from you guys. All right, so... Oh my gosh, that's a genius with the roller date stamp. Okay, we have August 20th. That says 2032. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. We ink it all up. And now we go to 2033 when there's no ink. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. You guys, there are two great ways of not having to work with a mask. Well, one of them is a mask, but different. Gosh, that's so smart. I'll see if I can remember that next time. And if I remember it, I'll be like, oh, one of the people on one of my lives is so smart. This is what she said to do, and it works. Let's do it. Okay, third list. Let me bend down and pick these up and put them away. And then we will go on to our last list. Let's talk about our last list. Our last list is things I hope never go out of style. Things I hope never go out of style. Ooh, where are those stickers? Okay, I hope I can find those stickers. Hold please, let me look. Just keep chatting away for 1 second because, are they there? Oh yes, there they are. Okay. There, and they are also in this bag, maybe? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we have more PET tape. More PET tape. I think I'm going to do my title with these. One of these. I don't know. We'll see. Not this one. So all three of these PET tapes are from Bobo Design Studio. These two are your classic, well, they look like your classic, like, label maker. Pull that off. And pull this guy off like this. So 2 different rolls. One has pink and red letters and one has black and green letters. Let's see if we can pull it off of here. That's each little letter is a little sticker, right? So let's do this. Let's just put it on here so we can see. And if you have tweezers, especially reverse grip tweezers, so much easier to place. But I thought this would be a fun title to use these little guys. You can overlap them or just set them next to each other. You know what I mean by those old label makers? Oh, guess what I remembered? I have one of those old label makers. It's new. I bought it in Japan. So kind of those fun little, that's what we'll be using. And I don't know if we'll be using red or pink or green or black yet until we kind of figure out what else is going to go on it. So that's those guys. And then this guy, because this guy came in at the same time. This is I just have to look at this. Since we're talking PET tape from Bobo Design Studio. This is travel. It's called Now Boarding. So if you like all things travel like I do, it's your big rolls. Lots of fun little okay. It's like trying to find where the tape starts on the tape dispenser, huh? Where is it? I think it's right here. There it is. What did you do tonight? Oh, I watched some lady try to get a tape open. There we go. Okay. Look how fun. Maps, signs, globes, passports, pencils, core memory, looking out the airplane window. You know, that's my thing. Very fun. Okay. Anyhow, but we're using one of these. We're using, not Now Boarding, but we're using one of these guys. Okay, I better stop. And I know, Layle. Yes, wrong, and Bobo, Layle. Yes, we will be doing PET tape in 2027. We have so much coming out this year still. You can't even believe it. You cannot even believe it. 5 new Traveler's Notebook covers, a new themed insert, lots of stamps and dies. You know, that's just kind of the standard, what we always do every month. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 sticker books, 8 sticker books. Gosh, yeah, there's a lot. So we got to save something for next year. The bank account really needs to get replenished. It has been smoking. The bank account has been smoking, friends. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's stop. Are we doing more rub-ons? Terry, we do not have any rub-ons planned. That doesn't mean we won't do any, but we don't have any planned right now. All right, scroll. Winner is Ms. It is what it is. Ms. It is what it is. Ms. It is what it is. What is your name? Please. Ms. It is what it is. I love that. Congratulations, Ms. It is what it is. You are the random lucky winner of It Is What It Is. And all I do when we're talking, I do this. You can kind of sometimes see my arm, maybe. I just scroll up, and then wherever my finger stops, that's the person that wins. So congratulations, Ms. It Is What It Is. And it's not just because I wanted to say that. Congratulations, Ms. It Is What It Is. Carol K, yes, 5 new Traveler's Notebook covers. Yes, 5 new. Ms. It Is What It Is. Please send an email, laylebymail@gmail.com. In the subject line, please put winner Christy Alpha. And in the body of the email, please put your name and mailing address, and we will get your price shipped off. Thank you. And congratulations. Just take my wallet. Ruby, yes. All of the manufacturers, all of the factories have been taking my wallet. Okay. So I am going to pair that with things I hope never go out of style. this. I have not opened this yet, so I only can see what is on top. When I talked about supporting another women-owned small business, I don't know. I don't know this company. It is a house of books. I mean, when I say I don't know this company, I mean I don't know who owns it. And actually, I'm making a big assumption here. I'm making a big assumption that it is women-owned. I'm pretty sure it is. But she does all of these really cool packs. This one is called the Botany and Nature Ephemera Pack. This one is called the Fashion Ephemera Pack. The Signature Page Pack Modern Mood. This one is called Assorted Ephemera. This one is called Scrap Paper. I had more, a couple different ones also. Oh wait, this one is called the Book Page. I don't know if I have the Book Page anymore. But what's really cool about these are custom. So when I buy these, none of them are the same. They all have different things in them. Most of the things are vintage. So when we open we'll look at the assorted one. Look at the assorted one. That is fabric. That is a real safety pin with real fabric. This bag, let me look. Book pages, sewing patterns, lace, photographs, linens, image clippings, magazines, art kits, prompt decks, art journals, scrap packs. There's a ton of things in here. Look at this. This is a bag with like real trim and all of these goodies in this bag. Look at all of this stuff. A bead, stickers, tickets, so many different things. Some of the things are vintage. Lots of vintage stamps in here. Wild Heart with a gypsy soul. Anyhow, they are all different. So what you see on the website, on my website, and it's very clear, it says that they are all different. So what you see may not be what you are getting. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I saw that giant teal paper clip. I really want that. I'm going to buy that. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's like a little figurine. Anyhow, lots of fun, really cool, just collected things in different themes. There's a travel one too. All right, but I thought what I might do is, I thought I might use this fashion one. So let's see what's in the fashion one. Although, I also see this cool thing. So talk about junk journaling. There's awesome junk in these things. But this is kind of cool. This, to me, I want to say, this feels like maybe vintage wallpaper. Or it's scrapbook paper back in the day when they did this. This might be, because it is like flocked. Gosh, like little carrot things. Anyhow, just a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So let's try maybe this. What I was thinking I might do here, like things I hope that never go out of style, that it might be kind of fun to do maybe like an old-fashioned lady. Well, an old-fashioned lady. Let's see if we can find something in this one, the fashion one. I thought we might be able to find something in the fashion one. Carrie said, that is a labor of love to make those bags. I know, right? Because they're basically all one of a kind. And so I thought, they're full of things. So if you've looked at these on the website and thought, ooh, I don't know, maybe one is 20 and maybe one is 30 or something like that, depending on what they are. You might have thought, oh gosh, that maybe is more than I want to spend. But when you look at something like this, hello, look at this thing. This is, oh my gosh. Look, that is like an old, like a vintage earring, clip-on earring. There's just such cool stuff in here. All right, but I'm thinking maybe in fashion, I might be able to find, let's see. Maybe in fashion, I can find like a little vintage lady. Wonderful trim, all kinds of things in here. All right, not those ladies. Those ladies are a little bit more old-fashioned than I'm looking for, I think. But we'll see. We'll see what we find. Gosh, like a little book. All right, I could probably sit here and open this and look at it for hours, and you guys are like, come on already. All right, look at even something like that. It's just all super fun, different junk. Junk for junk journaling. All right, move these out of the way. Let's see if we can find scraps of fabric. I would really love to find. Oh, there's lots of old-fashioned ladies in here. More old. Ooh, that's what I want. That is, oh my, look at these. They're like fabric. Oh my gosh, that's a fabric sample. That's a little pocket. More fabrics. Look at this. This is not a reproduction. That is not a reproduction. This is like torn out from a really old, probably Sears, a really old, oh my gosh, look at these. Sanitary bloomers. Sanitary step-in. Wow. Sanitary belts. Oh my goodness. This is when we're glad that we are where we are and not maybe growing up in that age. Useful odd pieces. A lamp that was $1. Okay, sorry. I'm just like so intrigued by all of this. Revlon's new shade. This too. Look, this is pulled from a magazine. It has like holes from Staples. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. That says about $3.50. All right, friends. Sorry I'm making you go through all this with me. Anyhow, this will give you an ding, ding, ding. This will give you an idea of what is in packs like this. This one's called Fashion. That's why you're seeing a lot of, ooh, maybe we could do something fun with that little envelope. That's pretty awesome. Okay, sorry. Figure problem. If you are short-waisted, you may need to shorten the bodice. If you have narrow sloping shoulders. This fall 1978. You know what? This doesn't look too different from what we see maybe for fashion right now. Carrie, you had a sanitary belt like that? You did? Oh my gosh. Look at those. Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, I love this. Okay. Anyhow. Okay. We know what we're going to use. We're going to use a combination of, and that was the fashion one, but there's a modern mood, there's botany and nature, there's travel, there's all kinds of fun ones here that are on the website. Okay. So, and it's all under a junk journal, collage and junk journal section page on the website. All righty. So we think we're going to, I don't know, maybe some of that. That could be kind of fun, maybe. Love this pocket for something. Okay. All right. Did I put away the stuff that I wanted to use? This? Oh no, where'd my ladies go? Uh-oh. All right. Hold please. I need to find where that, is it here? Shoot. Of course oh, I'm still here. I'm just looking in the pile on the floor. I don't know what happened to it. Remember I had that envelope? I had that envelope with those cool people in it. Beverage alert. Yeah, I better have a beverage alert. We better have some water. Hold on. Ruby, that is 100% a bag of glimmers. 100% a bag of glimmers. I agree. Thank you, Amy. Amy just added a link to all the junk journal goodies. It would be so fun to see everyone use those products, right? Because they're so different. And sometimes, okay, hang on. Just hold please while I find it. We know it has to be here because I just had it. Oh, be careful. Close that bag. Oh, here it is. Okay. Here we go. This. So that is a miniature version. Is that a sticker? Oh, you know what I think she did? I think she took the real version of this and then shrunk it down. And I think that because we also have the real version, I think shrunk it down and turned it into a sticker. That feels like a sticker to me. All right, so you know what we could do? Let's see. Let's think here. What if, I know I said all of our lists were going to be 1 page, but what if this was 2 pages and we did 2 pages? I think we can go this width. If we did 2 pages, and then if we took this thing, and then if we took maybe this, like this little glassine envelope, so this could stick in it, and then I don't know, we could maybe even just shove some of that string in there just to kind of a really, we're going junk, guys. We are junking it. We are totally junking it. So, this is going to work because we're at the very end of our Traveler's Notebook insert. So anything that I am doing in here, from now on, the rest of lists that we do, I will do them all off the page. What I mean by that is, remember when I did both of these off the page and I worked on them over here and then I adhered them? That's going to be important because if I am adding this that has texture on it, kind of that flocked, and I'm adding this and this and then that string, I won't be able to, if I add that here and then I turn the page and I try to write on here or something, it's going to make it a little bit difficult because it'll be too thick. So everything else I do after this will be off the page, and then it can just go in. I don't have to worry about it being thick. So let's start out by cutting our paper. I love this idea of those little glassine envelopes and putting things like that in so you could still see part of it, but it's kind of containing it. So this paper is 9 inches wide. So 9 inches wide. I would need this to be 4 3/4, 4 3/4. So I'm not going to go that way. We'll go this way because it's not quite what I need it to be. So we're going to trim this down to 8 inches. And then we'll do 4 3/4 and 4 3/4. Oh, if you guys could feel this. I just loved that little flocking. All right, now we need to round the corners. Let's hope. Do I have my big giant corner rounder? I don't. Let's see if this will work. Oh, easy. It'll be fun to add a few pieces of the actual pattern pieces. Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Let's do it. So on my list, the things that I hope never go out of style, by the way, that is what this list is about. Things that I hope never go out of style. They are some fashion things, but other things too. So it's not just related to fashion. So let's now let's go back to that stack that I have on the floor, because it did have some, actually, this is a sticker, but because I can tell it's on sticker paper. This is not a sticker, so I'm going to cut this out. We'll use this one. Over here. Instead of the sticker, because I might want to have the sticker for something later. I love that idea, Amy, because this is what's a pattern, right? So we'll put a little bit of the pattern paper in there too. We might even be able to work in a little bit of the pattern on the other side as well. So you guys know in everything we do, there are no rules, but especially when it comes to junk journaling, there really are no rules. Really are no rules. All right, I'm looking again in my stack for the pattern. We had some pattern in here. I remember we saw it. Oh, because I loved that guy. I didn't like it so much on one side, but the other side was awesome. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's figure out, I feel like this might be too light. There, maybe. Maybe this. So if we did, feel like we need, oh, how about this? Let's see. This can stick in the pocket as well, but maybe we can make it stick a little bit outside of the pocket. We could probably also rip this if we wanted. I don't know, guys. It's going to be a little wonky. It's going to be different, but I think it's going to be fun. It's not my nice clean lines, is it? Not sad about 2 pages. I'm not sad about 2 pages either. All right, so what if we just did, if we just kind of, I just kind of crumple it and put it in there. We need more of this. This isn't really thread, but we kind of need more, a little bit more of that coming out. So I don't like how it is. Let's try this again. Bunch this up. Aha, way better. There we go. And then this is in there, and then we'll do this. We probably don't need all this. This is a lot, but probably okay. Oh my gosh, someone's going to look at this in the idea book and go, what the heck happened to you, Layle? That looks so different from what you normally do. There we go. Oh, I love that. That makes me so happy. You have no idea how happy that makes me. That just is like so junky. Okay. Let's grab this. And put that right here. Now we're going to look for something fun that is a word strip sticker. I feel like we should probably maybe just tack this down a little bit right here. Ooh. Just so it doesn't move around a ton. That will stay. And then maybe we put just a little bit right there. So it's not going to go disappear on us. All right, let's do this guy now. We have to do our little out. Oh, darn it. Well, that was, I'm surprised that worked and didn't tear that. Because you know I have to do my outlining on there. Now we'll just shove it back in. No one's ever going to know we pulled that out. Okay. Now we need something to go down here. And I think what we will look for is a word strip sticker. Right? That's always what we look for. Word strip sticker. How does the adhesive work on the wallpaper? Let's see. It's great. I'm pulling it. So look. I'm pulling it and it is holding it. So I'd say pretty well. So much so that it's all of this pulled out, but that stayed in place right there. Now, you might be looking and going, oh my gosh, look at all this junk that I can go search for now. If you have like, well, here we have one called Deseret Industries, but Goodwill or Salvation Army or something like that, you might be able to find all kinds of like old wallpaper books. Let's see. This one is starting to get to be very worn. Own Your Dreams. Own Your Dreams. Let's see. This is Things I Hope Never Go Out of Style. That would work, right? Own Your Dreams. Open to whatever comes next. I guess that could work. This is a bad one because you can see it's going off the sheet. Never doubt your instinct. Trust your crazy ideas. How about that? Trust your crazy ideas. That works. I hope things never go out of style. Trust your crazy ideas. This we're going to put right here. Right here. Yep. She doesn't have any feet. We need to help her. Poor woman doesn't have any feet. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's one side of our list. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Terry said, as a seamstress, that wad of thread is giving me anxiety. It's giving me anxiety too, Terry, because you know what? That is usually when I sew, that's usually what happens to the bobbin. It makes that giant mess. All right, so now what we need is something over here. And normally, you know me, my lists are always white. Well, the white, oh, I know what we could do. Okay, what if we do this? What if we take some cardstock like this? The white is going to be very stark against that. So what if we did this? Let's come in, get our ink blending tool out. Let's get, there's one called old paper. Maybe old paper would look nice. Let's see if we can find, or pumice stone. Oh no, so old paper I think too greenish. I think pumice stone is what we're going to go with. Pumice stone. Okay. I can honestly say I've never used pumice stone. Never, never. And we're not just going to ink the edges here. We are going to fully, let's take another piece of scratch paper. See what I'm doing? Can you see? And now it will make it, I'll still be able to do my list on white, but it is going to look a little bit more aged, and it will work a little better with the other side, with the right side of the page. It won't be so stark. Now, obviously, you could do that with any color, but and then because it's not even, it's going to make it look more aged because things don't age evenly. And now you know what we're going to do. We're definitely using the black letters, because that will go well with. We have enough? I think we have enough. All right, let's see. Let's cut that. So we think we would probably like this to be over here. Let's see. We don't need, we've got a lot of this over here, so we don't need to see a ton of this over here. Let's cut that and see what that ends up being. I'm going to cut on the floor. About 4 by, that's about 4 by 7. Oh, that's perfect. That looks just like that side now. All right, now I feel like we should bring in a little bit. This is bugging me that there is no tissue paper in the bottom of there. So let me see if I can fix that just by shoving some more tissue paper. Not tissue paper. Well, it kind of is like tissue paper. No, you don't see it. It doesn't need it. Okay. And I kind of want it to be like crumpled and messy. Okay, so then over here, I feel like over here we might be able to do, what if we just did, I don't know, this might be weird. What if we just did something like this back over here? Not on the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. I'm missing, you guys just know, I'm pretty much missing everything in the chat because I'm so excited about what I've got going on over here because this is, it's junk journaling. That I'm just working away and not really paying attention to the chat, so I'm sorry. I'll pay attention to the chat in a minute. We kind of crumple again. Okay, let me try that and see if we'll be able to see any of that. Because most of the crumple is, we're not going to see the crumple. I like the look of the crumple though. Let's see if we can make some crumple more towards the top, since we don't really see the crumple otherwise. But maybe the other thing too, maybe we should not have cut edges there. Oh, okay. What if we do this? Let's see. Instead of trying to rip it weird, will it rip this way if we try, or will it more like cut it? Oh boy. Well, whoopsie. That was an interesting experiment. That would work with paper, I believe, but not so much with pattern tissue. Well, you can see a little bit, right? That'll work. You're just not going to be able to see a lot. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we'll pick it up again. It's a lot easier to pick it up that way. It has a little bit more stability to it now. That we're going to have to mash somehow because it won't be able to stick in the center of the page. All right. Very different. Cut your white paper shorter and add the crumpled paper to the top or bottom. So we kind of have some crumple at the top, crumple at the bottom a little bit, and a little bit more on the side, nothing over here. If you are inking paper first and then writing on it, like I am, remember if you're using a Distress Oxide, that's a pigment-based ink and it takes a little bit longer to dry. Especially, I mean, you wouldn't do that with black, I don't think, but let's just pretend like you did that with black. You might end up with black everywhere. But when I go to write on there, my Sharpie will definitely come in handy. I probably wouldn't use a non-Sharpie pen, although, you know, I use a Sharpie pen for everything. Maybe we just end up with a big blob like that there. I don't know, we'll see. We'll reserve judgment for that because we're going to need something else over here because it's going to be really plain. It will be really plain. How about cutting the writing space into 2 pieces, a top and a bottom? That could work. If I had a way to separate like what was on my list into 2 sections, that could probably work. I'd have to think about that more. Could use the sizing lines of the pattern as a place to stamp right on. Oh, wait a minute. Like these. These are sizing lines, right? You know what? Let's see. Let's see. I'm not sure how that might work with the PET tape, but let's see. I like the idea of that, but I feel like I'd have to figure out something to then I don't know. I feel like this needs to be crumpled. Let's see what happens when we do that. So I would need something that would need to separate that tile, and that tile's too tall. but not this. But I feel like I would need something to separate. That feels like it would go more like down here at the bottom. Oh, how about that? Let's try it. I think this I probably need. Maybe this. This is getting like really bulky now. Amy's going to have loads of fun photographing this one, huh, Amy? It's going to be very thick. I know, right? Very, very thick, for sure. But it's towards the end of the book. And so it'll be okay. Now, do you guys ever see people you ever watch people that junk journal on social media? And their books are, I mean, they have sometimes using like a hardcover book and it's like this fat, like it's super, super, super thick. Amy, you were thinking the same thing. Were you thinking this on the bottom? Is that what you were thinking? Or are you thinking what Terry was thinking? I know it's getting late East Coast, right? Love what Jill said. It's fun getting lost in the creativity. The next thing you know, the sun is rising. I know, right? Usually that happens to me reading. I'm like, oh my goodness, I woke up at 5:30 or 3:30 and read and thought, oh, I'll fall right back asleep. And then the next thing you know, it's 5:30 and you're like, oh, shoot, my alarm's going to go off at 6. I don't often get up in the middle of the night and create. Oh, Amy was thinking photography will be interesting. Yes. Well, it will be. It will be. I have all the faith in Amy in the world. I just won't do anything with yellow, Amy. There'll be no yellow on it. No yellow stamping on it. No stamping. Oopsie. That's kind of fun. It's kind of this little fun little ruffle there. Wow, it's looking very like 7 Gypsy-y to me. 7 Gypsy-y. Bring on the yellow. I know, right? So this, I feel like it could be fun, but I'm just not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. I just don't know if I can make it work. Well, I know I can make it work. I just don't know if I can make it work or I like it. Let's try. All right. So this is a giant mess. Tomorrow it has to turn from this to Christmas. Where's the black? All right. Yes, no yellow, but half them with the gold. Zen girls, you have a bad habit of scrapping all night, then need to get up. Oh, but that sounds like a good habit, right? There are much worse habits we could have. Much worse habits that we could have. All right, let's try this. What is this one called again? Things I hope never go out of style. It's funny. Even when things go out of style, they come back in style again, right? Like those outfits look like they're kind of in style. In fact, and I don't know if this is really true, but I've seen on, I don't know, Instagram or something, where some ladies, young ladies, not like old ladies, young ladies are starting to do their hair like that. Okay, I just need to cut this because that's what holds it all together. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, things I hope. Here's the T's. Now, you know with this, you've got so many stinking letters. You don't have to worry. But what I do need to think about is, oh Lord, this would probably take forever and a day. There we go. See? Uh-oh. T. H-I. Oops, H-I-I. We'll save that I for a minute. We'll use it for something, I'm sure. Oh yeah, things I hope. T-H. I. And they can kind of be crooked. But this totally looks, when you put those together, you guys, I'll show you in a sec. But it really looks like those were, that we used our little, oh golly. Oopsie, that I pulled out too many but it looks like our label maker. We'll use some more ends too, I bet. Never. Just one, I guess. Things. G. I better look at the chat because I don't know if I'm missing anything that you're asking. Yes, there are rub-ons in the fall holiday season pass. There are not rub-ons in the 2027 season pass. We're doing something different. Oh my gosh, come on, S's. Lots of S's. Well, you know me, I'll be here till I'm done. So you want to hang out with me, you can. If you're like, yeah, I got it. Things because I got to get it done because I'll never come back. I mean, I have a couple lists that I still need to come back and finish. And then, well, eventually they get finished because they have to for the idea book. But, oh my gosh, come on. Things I hope. I wish I had enough room for hope, but I don't. But look, it does. It looks like I used a little label maker. Now, if you can find an old label maker, and they've done some that are like reproductions, but trying to then find all the tape. Carrie, the fall holiday season pass comes out on September 5th. Things I hope. Oh yeah, once you start pulling some up, they get a little bit easier to get to. Things I hope never go out of style. What are things you hope never go out of style? P. Oh, I mean, not that, but things I hope. Yeah, we're already starting winter spring season pass for 2027. Work in advance. Things I hope never. Gosh, that's not good. N. Oh no, I have my ends over here. Don't forget, we have our ends that we saved. N. E. This is like watch and paint dry, friends. Sorry about that. Carrie's on the keep losing things. I don't know what's wrong with you, Carrie. I never lose things on my work surface. I always know exactly where everything is, especially this gal that I couldn't find. I mean, I found right away. Let's see. Terry said, guess what my beloved husband started to do? Book me a ticket to Houston in October so I go to Little Craft Fest. Until I reminded him our daughter's due date with her twins is a week later. Oh, yeah, no, you can't. That would have been amazing, Terry. And you know, it's the thought that counts, right? It would have been so fun to see you, but it's the thought that counts. And especially with twins, yeah, you can't do that. Dresses with pockets. Kyla, would you believe that dresses with pockets is on my list? I will show you when we get there. Dresses with pockets is on my list. Pockets and everything, I know, right? Hello, Mel Designs. Are you going to the Orlando Paper World? No. We have so much, because that's this fall, right? I have, I think, 4 events that I am doing and teaching at this fall. We just can't squeeze it in. So, but we're looking at paper world things for next year. There are so many things like Chicago Planner Conference I would love to do. There's so many things I would love to do. We'll see. Things that I hope never go. Oh, never go. Yeah, that will go. Never go. That will go. Go can go on that top line. Because we didn't really measure anything again. We're just winging it. We're freestyling. So as you can imagine, when you look at all these letters on here, this will last a very long time. I don't know if on the website it tells us how many there are letters, but letters, numbers, there are a lot. A lot. T-shirt and jeans, Nancy. Yes, yes. Pockets and everything. I know, right? Pockets and everything. Things I hope never go out of style. No, we just hope they all fit, right? We hope everything fits. Out of style. That was a fun idea. Whoever had the idea of doing this on those sizing lines, that was a really fun idea. I think sometimes you can find patterns in thrift stores. It just really depends. I don't know. Junk journal is so popular anymore. You might have a hard time, but just also depends on your area, maybe. Oh, we had a tea. Oh, we can do tea and style. You might be able to find. You never know. Out of. So it's funny. I had not opened this before. I have not. I have, one of each of these. I have not opened any of them. So other than kind of seeing what was on top, this is totally like just play. I didn't even have a sketch for this because I really didn't know what I was going to do. Look at sizing. Well, somebody called it that already, so not really, Terry. I didn't really know that. She said, but I knew when she said it, I knew what it was. She said, do you think you could use the sizing line? And I knew what that was, so I knew exactly what I went to. But I wouldn't, if someone had said to me, hey, what's that on there? What are those lines called in there? I'd have been like, I don't remember. Oh, I used the T I was going to use. T. Oh my gosh, we're almost done with this part. This part is necessary, but it's not very fun, is it? I wonder, can I get this way? I don't know. This is what kind of holds it all together. Yeah, I can. This is just, you got to do it. It just takes a while. It would certainly go much quicker if I had the little ching, right? That's what it makes the sound. It makes ching, but not like a cash register ching. Okay, one more E. There we go. All righty. I've got an errant Q on an errant green Q. All right. Yes, Terry sews, right? Oh, thank you, Miriam. She said she's this very darling. She said she used to sew. Things I hope never go out of style. All right. Now, this we got to be careful with because we don't want to tear it. Wouldn't that be sad? We got all that work done and then I tore it. Things I hope never go out of style. Now, I feel like we need something. I feel like it should be like maybe a little bit, folded over or something, just so it's kind of weird. But not all corners can be crumpled. It just feels like it needs to have a little bit of that. And I bet I could probably position those if I just add a little bit of glue pen. So it's like we kind of did it on purpose, but then we made it stay. It's like kind of organic, but then not really because we glued it. And then we just got that whole space right there. So maybe we should try to really make that happen a little bit more there. Maybe? Okay. Now, do we feel like we need to have a little something there? Or do we just leave it? I don't know what would go there. Something in this giant stack of things. I bet there's something. I bet there's some kind of... No, too big. But something like that, maybe. What's in the stack on the floor? Oh, look how funny. This is... Oh my gosh, this is a really old K & Company paper. K & Company sticker sheet. That's interesting, right? We kind of did along those same lines. You guys remember K & Company? Oh, there's so many companies that were and are no longer. Okay, so we need just a little something there. I don't know what it would be. We'll figure it out. When later I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, that's the perfect thing. What about, I wonder if we could find something in here. There's really some weird things in here that just might go. There's a little flower here, maybe. If we found a little flower. But the problem is these all have what I really need is, okay, let's see, hang tight. What I really need is PET tape. I need PET tape. Oh, wait a minute. Because if I have PET tape, then we won't see a border on something. Now, this could be interesting. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but what if, maybe this little guy. This one is called Butterfly PET tape. It's another wrong. See, we just had to fill in that little space there. So now what we may end up doing is we may end up over here maybe adding a little something. Ooh, okay. All right, what if we took this guy and we put it right there? This needs to be, we're gonna need to add a little right there because it's kind of not sticking where we want it. All right. Okay, so then now that we have one there, we can put a little one down here. What do we want to do? Maybe this one. Look at the giant one. That's very cool, the big giant guy. Maybe here. Just kind of right there. All right. This is bugging me how it's just kind of like straight across the top, but it needs to just stay that way. Okay, it's gonna stay. What if we took a little bit of this and moved it over here? Yeah. Okay. Where did this is gonna take me 8 years to clean up. Grab that. And all this isn't even thread. This is like you pulled it loose off of a, I don't know, some kind of fabric sample or something. All right, there we go. Things I hope never go out of style. What are those things again? You know what one of the things is on my list? Seriously, junk journaling. It really is. I'll show you. I'm not just lying. Now, the big question is, what the heck am I going to do? What in the heck am I going to do for a bullet stamp? I need a bullet stamp. I don't know. I need a bullet stamp. So, let's think. It just needs to be, the problem is the bullet stamps are all very graphic, right? And so it probably just needs to be, I know what might work. this little asterisks, this little guy. And you might say, Layle, well, why don't you just make an asterisks? But I can't because I can't have it be black. We have to do something different than black because we won't see it with the writing because my writing is black. So if we did, let's see, what color will we use? I think if we pull in that color, so maybe is that like stormy sky? Gold. Yeah. Well, okay. I actually do believe, let me see where it would be. Is it in here? Because at one point I sold, okay, well, hold on. Let's see. This isn't what I was looking for, but then it just popped out at me. At one point I sold, oh yes, here we go. Digging. That. I could really make a mess with that. All right, let's see. This is solid gold, like the solid gold dancers. I don't know. We might not be able to see it very well. Yeah, I think the problem is, I think it's going to be it will be too similar to, I think it might, well, let's see. Let's look at this. Let's also try where this one is old. I'm not sure if this one even works anymore. That Ellie Edwards. Oh, well, it does. So, we try it. Oh, I know what we'll do. Where's the extra that we had that I cut off of this? That would be our little tester to see if this will work or not. Now, you know what I think? I don't think I should. I feel like I should make some little, kind of these little star cluster things. Right? We just added a few, not too many, but I think we might still even be able to see it. Do we think that we could still see it? I think we can. Let's just do it. All right. It might end up being more of kind of a blob. I know that one. But I think, look, do you think, well, I think that'll work. I think we'll still be able to see that gold. I like the gold idea. Whoever said gold, yes. All right. Carol K said gold. All right. I know red. So June's jubilations. I know I was thinking red too, but then red, I was worried about incorporating red because then that would totally, just change it. I mean, it would take a totally different direction. All right. Snail mail. I hope snail mail never goes out of style. Printed photos. Right? Those seem like they're going out of style. Well, just with, phones and everything. Here's another one. Memory keeping. All of this stuff that we do, this memory keeping, listing, journaling, scrapbooking, whatever you want to call it, I hope it never goes out of style. I will tell you what's happening right now. There's all kinds of young kids scrapbooking, like with photos and cutting around the photos, like little silhouettes, like we used to do back in the mid 90s or late 90s. And it's like, you see them on Instagram and it's like they invented the word. And you just look at them and you're like, oh, really? We've been doing that for years. But that's okay. We just want people to do it, right? Road trips. Right? Road trips. You know me, I love a road trip. One day when there's flying cars, road trips might not be a thing that we want to do anymore. Um, junk journaling. I don't know. I'm doing junk journaling before it was in style, and I'll do it before if it goes out of style. I don't really care. I like it. Excuse me. Collecting memorabilia. So I'm kind of in a little bit of a similar here. Saying please and thank you. I don't know. That's pet peeve. That's pet peeve when people don't say please and thank you. Here's another one. Random acts of kindness. I don't know. I feel like when our political climate these days, it seems like maybe that's going away a little bit. Random acts of kindness. Physical book stores. Oh my goodness, I hope they never go out of style. And what I mean when I say out of style is when they just go away, right? Vinyl records, they're back in style, right? I mean, for a long time, they were not, they were not the chosen thing. They were not, they really went out of style, but now they're big. Girls' trips. I like my girls' trips. Farmers markets. Would any of these be on your list? Fresh flowers. Like having fresh flowers in your house. Scented candles. Love those. Carol said, I was so unsure about this layout and the packs of stuff, but this is such a fun layout. So amazing. I'm glad you stuck with me, Carol. I didn't really know where I was going, right? Wasn't quite sure where I was going, but it worked out. I like it, right? That's all that matters. Denim. Look I got to show Kyla just so you could see it's a different pen. Pockets in dresses. Scented candles. Denim jackets. I love denim jacket. And I've worn denim jackets like for a really long time. So I don't know if they've ever gone out of style, but another one I love, leopard print. I hope it doesn't go out of style, but you know what? Doesn't really matter if it does. If I like it, I can wear it, right? Country music. I love country music, but not the old time stuff, not like the Merle Haggards. That's not my thing. Baseball caps. Some days they're a necessity. Wearing dresses. Dresses are a big part of my wardrobe. If you've ever been with me in an event where I'm teaching in person, pockets in dresses. All right, so I have this space now. And I really don't feel like, even though, my lady with her crooked legs, not crooked legs, she has no feet. National parks, oh, you know that, Kyla. That's a love that you and I share. National parks. That's something I hope never goes out of style and also never goes away. Carol said, wearing dresses with sneakers, a fave of mine. I love that. Ruby, fresh flowers, such a dopamine rush. I know, right? And they don't have to be like from a florist. They can be like grocery store fresh flowers. Oh, guess who came in to see us? We'll see what he does here in a minute. Reggie is in the building. And when I say in the building, I mean in the room. All right, so we definitely for this need a roller date stamp because it's kind of like an old-fashioned-y looking thing, right? So today is August 25. August 25. And it is, I've got orange on 2032. 2032, I'll be like, why is that orange? 2026, okay. This we will want to do in black. Okay, let's see. I love that. That suggestion for the gold worked out really well. August 25, 2026. Ooh, what am I doing there? All right, here we go, my friends. Look. There is our super fun junk journal-y, junky looking junk list. But it worked out really well for that topic. Things I hope never go out of style. I love it. I love the way that turned out. That was really fun. I haven't done a lot of junk journaling in our listing sessions just because, I mean, I don't know, it's really different. Some people like it, some people don't. But, well, you're going to start seeing more of it because you're going to start seeing all kinds of fun things come from us that are for junk journaling. But also, here's the thing. Junk journaling is really any style. Junk journaling doesn't have to be old-fashioned stuff like I've kind of pulled here, right? Doesn't have to be old-fashioned junk. It can be, I mean, some people will punch things out of pasta boxes, right? That's junk. That's for sure junk. Trust my crazy ideas. That's kind of a double meaning there, doesn't it? Trust your crazy ideas is a double meaning because this was kind of a crazy idea. Now, I don't know if the person is here still that asked this question a while ago. When I used this double-sided tape, this is 1/4 inch double-sided tape. When I get to the point where I am at the end, towards the end of my Traveler's Notebook insert, I usually on the right-hand page, or excuse me, the left-hand page, I will use double-sided tape. And I do that because this particular edge, the straight edge that's kind of going into the center of the spread, can have a hard time sticking. It wants to just lift because, and I'm really going to glue this one down because it's just, got a lot going on it with this bottom piece. Anything here wants to lift. Gravity wants to lift it up along this edge. So if I use the double-sided tape, then that will help it to stick. And when I did this before, I just pull away part of the release paper to reveal some of the sticky. Now, double-sided tape is super, super sticky, which is good to use because it's super sticky. That's what we want. But it's also bad in that it's so sticky, we basically have one shot. We've got one shot to get it straight. And if we put it on crooked, it's crooked. But if we do something like this, where we're only revealing a little bit of the sticky and the release paper, we're only pulling a little bit of that off, that gives us a little bit of a wiggle room. Now, I'm not doing that in here, so, because you really can't. Let's see. Pull that off. Thanks for the reminder, Terry. If you are still here and you haven't given the video a thumbs up yet, please give the video a thumbs up. That would be super appreciated. And those of you who are East Coasters, you are troopers. It is 11:24 your time. It's only 9:24 my time. And our friends on the West Coast, like they're just getting started because it's 8:24 their time. All right, now I'm going to rotate both of these because right-handed makes it a lot easier for me. And this we're just going to kind of go. That actually worked out pretty well. So I press down where I've already pulled away the release paper so it's sticky there, and then gently pull that out. That became a little tab for us to be able to then get that out. Like that. And like that. And like that. All right, so what was so fun, I think, about that list is that we didn't have anything planned, right? Other than we knew what was going on our list and we knew our title. All I did was just start pulling junk, right? And so whether you're buying junk, like those junk journal vintage packs that I have, or you're just collecting junk, things kind of take on a mind of their own, right? Based on what it is that you have and what you pull. So that kind of thing, very organic, because it's not like I was working with a collection, right? It's not like I was working with Moonlit Manor, and I'm rotating the camera here. It's not like I was working with a collection like Moonlit Manor, which everything went together and we were kind of, you kind of have an idea maybe of what you're going to do before you start because you know what everything looks like. Something like that is just very freeing, which I love. All right, my friends. Woo! So that was night one with 3 nights this week. That was night one, our creative listing session. Tomorrow is Wednesday, the 26th. Wednesday, August 26th, 2026. We are doing the September Traveler's Notebook setup, the free class. You'll find that free class here on my website, or excuse me, here on YouTube, here on my YouTube channel, or you'll find it on the website at laylebymail.com under free classes. So we'll be putting together our Traveler's Notebook for the month of September using the Summer Fall Season Pass. And then on Thursday night is the reveal, launch, unboxing of our Christmas collection this year called Holidays. And along with that, so I'll show you all the product. And then along with that, I will also show you a sneak peek of this year's 2026 December documented mini book project kit, which you will be able to order at the same time. We'll ship at the same time. Instructions won't ship then. You won't have instructions with it until I get it done, but then you'll receive an email with a link to download your instructions. So that's our plan, friends. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Hi, Cindy. Cindy said she really needed this. Cindy, I needed this too. I always need this. I always just, I always say that when you have a business and it's a creative business and sometimes you have to create on demand, like tomorrow, I have to create on demand during the day because I've got to start designing the December documented mini book project kit. When you have to create on demand, it's very, very different than something like this where you're just playing and creating. And a lot of times doing something like this is what gets my creative juices flowing so that tomorrow when I am kind of ready to sit down and work on designing that project, it's like some of the barriers are gone, right? Because we just got so crazy with what we were using with all the junk. Some of those barriers and constraints that we might feel like are gone. So if you ever find yourself in a slump or something like that, just grab some junk and just play, right? It's okay to play. It doesn't have to turn into something, right? It can just play. It doesn't have to be a list. It could be just like a collage or something that you were like, that was fun, and then you turn the page. But sometimes doing something like that can really release your creative energies. Okay, I love that you guys loved that. Well, those of you that are still here loved it. Maybe those of you that, or those of them, not those of you, those of them that left, were like, yeah, that's not really my thing. And if that's the case, that's okay. Or they were just tired and they don't even know what they missed, right? All right, my friends, I'm going to say goodnight. And I hope to see you tomorrow night. If I don't see you tomorrow night, I hope to see you Thursday night. If I don't see you tomorrow night or Thursday night, well, sometime in the near future here on the YouTubes, all right? Thanks for watching, you guys, tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a great night's sleep, and we'll catch you later. Bye.